ManCave right here on Geek Public Radio.
Hello. Oh.
Hi, I'm Bill.
I'm bad. Hi, Bill. Hi, Bill.
Everyone, welcome to the Man Cave.
We were whispering, and then it's like, oh, Jesus.
Oh, well, you know, I'm trying to keep people...
No, what you do is you start off each show, and you're like, how's everybody doing tonight? Hey, what's going on?
You're
And
listening
they turn
to-
their volume all the way up, and you're like, it's the Man Cave! And you're like, Jesus Christ.
Kind of like the television stations do for the commercials.
Oh, yeah, it's like, hey, we'll be back right after this concert, you know, Tide Pods! And you're like, Jesus, turn it down!
Right? It's like, you know, the playing your commercials louder is not going to make me want to buy your products anymore.
Just makes me go, no.
But it is the Man Cave. It is Friday. I am glad I'm here.
We're glad you're here too.
Well,
I'm not. Oh, sorry.
thanks a lot, man. No, it's one of those things. It's like, you know, you get busy doing other stuff during the week, and it's like, oh man, yes, it's Friday. I get to go hang out with my buddies and like talk about a bunch of like weird stuff, and you know, have a good time and
Talk about whatever the hell we want.
right. And then,
You showed up and it was all talking about me.
well, yeah.
Oh, you dirty bitch.
What?
What is that what I think it is?
What? That?
Yeah.
What do you think it
Is
is?
that like the lemonade and stuff?
That's the lemon drop.
That's it.
Here, we'll let Topher. Here you go,
Get that
buddy.
back! Oh,
Well, we'll let him start off.
give it to Topher.
Now-
He likes it. He'll eat anything. That's what
Now,
she
I
said.
will
I'll
say
drink anything
that
that doesn't
these
come out of somebody's body.
these like mixed mixes that I make up, they seem to get better the longer they sit. Like, I mean, that stuff is like pretty good, but here in a couple of weeks, it'll be a lot better.
Now, what is that? Tell the people at home what we are drinking.
That is,
It's a foggy liquid.
yeah, really foggy liquid. It's actually, I guess you could call it like lemon drop. It's like a lemonade,
Lemony.
moonshine, Everclear drink.
Gotta rinse my palate. You don't want no floaters in there.
It's just like a couple of cups of
Bitter.
yeah, it's lemonade.
No shit.
It's like a couple cups of
That's good.
like squeezed lemon and like 2.5 cups of sugar. I put some lemon
Jared
extract in it because the recipe said like lemon syrup, but I'm just like I don't want to do lemon syrup, so I just put a couple like tablespoons of like lemon extract and
I'll tell you what, after last week, I don't want any more syrup, period. That
syrup.
maple stuff, I was belching it for 2 days.
Dude, I
Tasted
liked
really
it.
good, but man, it comes back to haunt you.
I liked it. I was
Oh, yeah.
Sonny was in the other room like the next day. And he got up and peed. And he's like, I still, my pee smells like it.
I thought you were going to say, my pee tastes like, smells like, there's no good way out of this, is there?
This is the Holla Back Girl. I brought a little bit of Holla Back Girl.
Oh.
So you said you had lemons, you had sugar,
Yep, lemons.
and a little lemon extract.
Yeah. Like in one of my stainless steel pots, I put like a couple cups of real lemon,
That will get you in trouble.
real fast.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
You had that covered?
Yes.
Oh, my.
I wanted it again.
Get the hell off! No,
I've got, and I think the dragon's blood is going to be really good, like the mixed berry.
How are you and Heather not sloshed 24/7? That stuff is good.
It's easy. I enjoy making it, and she likes to drink it, but you know
Well, that's
she's
a match made in heaven.
yeah. Well, and that's the thing is like
Hey, I give it another year, the baby will be bartending.
Like all cocktail style. Just
for goodness
Yeah, all the flair.
sake, I got the hippie shake.
We haven't heard that baby cry in 2 days. That's because the baby's passed out, Bill. You put the wrong stuff in the bottle.
That's because I take a little bit of the moonshine and rub it on her gums when she's teething.
My grandmother used to do that, except she used whiskey.
Yeah.
Jack Daniels.
No, you just
I hated having a sore throat, and I loved having a sore throat.
Yeah, because you were about to get some honey and some bourbon. Or,
It was a honey, tea, and bourbon.
right.
yep, hot toddy.
It was like, whoop,
And asleep you go.
yes.
No,
Today
think-
that'd be child abuse.
right. No, like I said, I think the Dragon's Blood is going to be good. It's like the mixed berry. It's got like the blueberries, strawberries, raspberries in it.
The snozberries taste like snozberries.
The snozberries are.
He fell asleep
Yes,
again.
yes.
He's not asleep. He passed out drunk.
So what else do you put into that, though?
Okay.
We're back to that again.
Sorry.
We try to get the actual.
We talk about we talk about alcohol. And we kind of like get off subject. It's like 2 cups of like lemon juice. You can use like real lemon.
What about the the concentrate? That you can get.
The condensed lemon, it's just smaller lemons.
No, like
the one from like where it's like.
I
just
probably
add
wouldn't.
water.
Yeah, that's not my recipe.
Would the
Like it was but like a big bottle of like real lemon at like the Meijer and like Walmart or whatever. It's only like $1.89,
Right.
and you only use like half of it.
what do they call that? Like lemon. It's not extract, but
No, it's real lemon. It's just squeezed
in a bottle.
Yeah.
lemon juice.
lemon.
It's the stuff you buy the lemon juice in the bottle, and you can put in tea and blah blah blah.
Yeah. That's. You can sugar it to taste. Like I put 2 cups in it, and it didn't really like. It wasn't. It was way too tart at 2 cups, so I put like 2.5 cups in it. A couple tablespoons of the lemon extract, just to give it like a little bit more lemon flavor, and like 2.5 cups of Everclear for legality purposes. I'm,
Oh no, you can buy the stuff that has the tax stamp.
oh well, okay. Then you can use 2.5 cups of Everclear or moonshine
Or something clear.
or
Something clear.
something clear. You can use vodka. A lot of people use vodka.
Well, I guess I think that would taste pretty good, like a lemony
151,
vodka, a vodka lemon taste.
Yeah.
I
They
think
have
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
It's UV something.
I mean,
or-
I bet you could. I mean, if you really wanted to, you could probably use gin because
Does she know
rolling down the street, high on endo, sipping on gin and juice, laid back. I mean, oh, I hope that doesn't get us in trouble.
Technically, I don't think they tag you for really bad singing.
Oh, okay,
we hope.
When I play something off my phone is when they get upset.
Yeah.
right. But that's just all it is, and
I want to
just
Shatner that song.
well, have you heard the? It wasn't Shatner. It was like.
Well, they did the hillbilly version.
Yeah. That was really good.
What was it? Pat Boone. Let's Pat Boone it.
Then I heard the one was like.
Like, may I kick it a little something for the G's and make a few ends as I breeze through 2 in the morning.
And then that one, I think it was like late '90s, early 2000s. That they did like Boys in the Hood. It's like 'cause the boys in the hood are always hard.
The Gourds is the one that did Gin and Juice.
Yes. I can't remember who did the other ones, but
I already told Topher this, but
Dynamite
did you hear,
Hack.
yes,
Yeah, that's
Dynamite
it.
Hack.
But did you hear
That was hilarious because it's like they're just singing like really soft, and you're like, I know this song. I know this song. I do know this song.
We do that all the time. It's like, what is that song? But shoot, what was I going to say? I forgot.
I
You
do
were
that
telling
often.
Topher.
Oh, we were talking right before you got up here that a famous band has been back in the studio that hadn't released an album for the last like 30 years.
Really?
ABBA is back in the studio.
Nice.
They released it today that they were releasing an album soon.
ABBA.
Dancing Queen.
There's something in the air tonight. The moon is right, Fernando.
Oh God,
What?
that Fernando.
Well,
Fernando.
listen, like Fernando is my brother-in-law's name. So like back in the day when we had like the slider phone, you could like I could make up custom ringtones and stuff for it.
Yeah.
His ringtone was that. There's something in the air tonight. The moon is right, Fernando. Everybody's like, "Who is that?" I'm like,
It's Fernando.
Fernando. Why else would you have a ringtone of Fernando if it wasn't for a guy named Fernando? I mean,
Well, it's just like Carly. What's her name? Made that song.
Carly Rae Jepsen.
No, really.
I don't know. That's the Carly that I.
We know that he listens to weird crap.
Carly Simon, like,
Yeah, you're so vain.
you're so vain.
Nobody knows what it's about, and she's gonna carry that to her deathbed. She's gonna go. You know who I wrote it about?
Well, no, she actually like there was a contest or something.
Well, she's insinuated a couple times, but she's never given a definite answer.
Right, but she's like said that if you win whatever, like before I die, if you
I'll
give,
tell you what.
I will tell you.
Yeah, but then nobody believes it because it's like, no, that's stupid. That's disgusting.
Oh, I don't know.
I get that song stuck in my head. I liked the Dynamite Hack version of Boys in the Hood.
Yeah.
I also liked Hugo's version of 99 Problems.
I don't think I've
99
seen-
problems.
Yeah.
I don't think I've heard that.
You will on the break.
Okay, works for me. But no,
It's like one of my favorite. Like those two are my favorite. Remakes
Yeah.
of rap songs.
Oh, I've been like in a really weird
Then more than normal.
mood. Like, well, musically, I've been in a really weird mood. Like, I downloaded a bunch of old like George Jones and what's his name? Chris Christopherson.
Oh wow.
So you were like old highwaymen.
Yeah, just like old like country gold. And I'm like,
Willie Nelson. Yeah.
wonder if Topher let me come in early and do like Friday country gold
Yeah.
Just pick a day, man. He'll let you come in.
with DJ Willie.
DJ Willie. Come and see my Willie.
I'm DJ Willie. We're gonna do some country gold.
What's funny about that, like listening to modern day country and whatnot, it's kind of like,
No, see, you should come in Saturday evening right before the heavy metal.
Right.
what's funny is
That would be funny because people would be like, what the hell's going on over
the
there?
host of that show would still be like, yeah, because we like both of those genres.
Well,
It would just seem
Don't-
funny, though.
Right.
You'd have like golden oldie country and then go right into.
But along those lines, Luke Combs, Can I Get an Outlaw?
Can I get an amen?
Sounds like it fits in with that, and that's new stuff. And he's basically talking about like where did this ain't country music he grew up on, like
Right.
where
it isn't. It's all. It's like bro country.
can we get-
They're fucking rapping and crap. It's like it's country music. Like, where's just like some twang and some steel guitar and
I'm sorry, but nothing sounds better than a steel guitar. It's weird. I don't know why. I just like that sound.
Yeah, that like I would. I guess it couldn't be like classic country because I would like play other stuff, like Junior Brown, because he
I
plays
like
the
Junior.
steel slide guitar.
Yeah.
I love.
Because
Junior
you're
Brown.
wanted by the police, and my wife thinks you're dead. All right. It's like- so I would play stuff like that.
The Highway Patrol.
The
dad used to-
hours are long and the pay is low. But I'm doing my best to keep you driving slow
My dad used to listen to the Highwaymen over and
on
over
the
and
highway
over.
patrol.
Be the Highwaymen and Neil Diamond on Saturday. He's like, God, I'm going outside.
My favorite,
I like Neil Diamond too.
I just get into like moods sometimes.
Yep.
So I will be. I'll get a song stuck in my head, which leads to another song, which leads to another song,
Uh huh.
and it's a pattern because I know where I'm going. As soon as that one gets stuck in my head, I just start pulling up YouTube videos of all of the songs I know that are going to get there. So it's like the Statler Brothers.
Counting flowers on the wall.
Yeah.
Don't bother
And that
me
normally
at all.
goes into Tennessee Ford.
Tennessee Ernie Ford. Ernie Ford.
Yeah, Tennessee Ernie Ford with
16 tons.
yes. And then
16
from
tons.
16 tons,
Oh,
it goes to
At the bottom of this well is a big, big man, Big John.
That was the only hit he really
Big
had. wasn't it?
John.
Actually,
who
he,
sang that.
he came back with a second one about the Louisiana girl that he
Little
killed.
John.
No, that she came out and pulled him out, and he lived.
What? See, man, we get together every time we can.
But I go through those, and I'll go through like the
What's his name? The
windshield wiper. It was the windshield wiper slapping out a tempo.
Eddie Rabbit.
Yeah.
On the radio.
Dear God.
Gotta keep it rolling.
Like I'll just start burning through just like boom, boom.
Driving my life away.
That's a good song. You can. I mean, I don't care where you're at, what mood you're in. You play that, you start tapping.
Well, that leads me
Right.
into Clint Black. I never liked the rain for some reason.
Watch your mouth. If it's black, you got some issues.
Right. Ooh.
But no,
Let go of it for a while, son.
It ain't going nowhere. It's attached, buddy.
If it does go somewhere and jumps off your body, you're in a horror movie.
no, okay, that leads me into
How does that lead you into anything? Oh, he's typing.
got to make sure that I know the
There's porn coming up somewhere, I can guarantee it.
the name of the band that did it.
Detachable penis.
King Missile.
King Missile. Detachable penis. I woke up one morning and my penis was gone.
One-Eyed Monster. It's a cheesy B movie.
Oh, yeah?
Ron Jeremy's penis goes around killing people.
You know,
Well, you know, like the last song we played literally was Little Willie.
like, you remember the marches and, like, all the women, like, wearing, like, the vajayjay costumes and the vajayjay hats?
Yeah.
I swore, I was like, I will pay somebody
To run
put
around
on,
with a dick. I was like, come here!
to run around in
Throw
a giant
yogurt.
inflatable
Throw yogurt on
penis
everybody.
costume and just, like, keep bumping into everybody. Boom. Oh, sorry.
No, see what you do, you get that, and then you hire midgets and dress them up in white costumes to follow you around.
You got to carry tan luggage.
No, because it's built into the costume, man.
No,
The sack is built into the costume. But I was like, how funny would it be?
Now I have this image in my head that looks like one of those dinosaur costume things.
Right.
But it's a penis.
That's exactly what it is. It's a big, huge penis that you slide over you and
know
it
what?
inflates.
I'm going to get the big, huge penis inflatable thing and get the, for the jousting, the chair jousting.
Oh, that would be
Speaking
hilarious.
of the chair jousting, we found our jousts.
Our mounts?
Wobbly
No, the joust.
sausages?
No, the actual lances.
Big wobbly sausage?
These are full boffer style lances that are about 6 feet long.
Okay.
It's got the big cushion end on one end and a little, and we found it over the danger room. And I was
Go
like,
figure.
so I looked at Sonny and went, okay, now if I did that at the speed, would that hurt? He goes, no. He goes, it'd knock me off, but it wouldn't hurt.
Nice.
I was like, Unfortunately, they're like $50 a piece.
Yeah, that'll be.
But we'd only need 2.
That'd be
Well,
something
3
weird.
in case, or 3 or 4 in case we broke one.
Yeah, you'd have to get 4 for, backups.
That would be something we'd have to work up to.
'Cause I think that would be a lot safer than
Right? Could you see us out at the
like
park?
PVC and the
Cops pull up,
oversized.
what the hell are you doing? We got permission.
Well, it's a public park. Why would we need permission?
Because they made a really weird rule when there was a LARP going on out there that was raising money, that you had to have insurance and all the other stuff and permission from the park to do any events like that.
We'll just do it in my front yard.
Okay. Is your homeowner's insurance paid up?
Everybody had to sign a waiver. If you get effed up in my front yard, I ain't paying shit. But
Well, we can print
Yeah,
a waiver and change it to Maddox Family Farms real easy.
Right?
Sonny was like, "Yeah, that'd be a lot safer than the Schedule 40 that I was looking at to, for mine."
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I half want to call up my buddy that does the Society of Anachristic.
It's Society of Creative Anachronism,
Yeah.
or
What was his name? Adam?
or those who do it also call it the Society for Consenting Adults.
Anarchy.
Well, there's a whole lot of like, if you win this duel, yada yada yada, a woman goes from one tent to the other, and I don't know.
That's the turtle game.
It doesn't.
You're
make
just missing
for...
a table. What? Get back underneath there.
What the? Damn it! I didn't want nearby friends.
What's that happening? Hot stuff. No more Yankee, my Yankee. Dog is tired.
Let me see.
There's a radio show today talking nothing but 16 Candles. So I've been quoting that movie all day. No more Yankee, my Yankee.
Jamie D. But I thought I was friends with her husband,
Who?
Jamie D. Schroyer.
Don't know. Can't help you.
Yeah.
You suck.
I thought, man, I thought I was.
Oh, man. Jesus.
Yeah. Well, why are we not?
I don't know. We're on the air. Dead air.
Oh, sorry.
Well, no, it's just a lot of mumbling.
No, wait a minute. So you get real quiet and you just hear.
Oh no.
It's
No,
dead air, but we'll just put the mics outside. Listen to that wind. Isn't that great?
No. I drew a blank. Sorry.
That's okay. We'll hit you next time. Get you back
Yeah.
on track. Whack!
uh,
Like I was saying 2 hours ago.
right. I know, but like the mead, I've always wanted to do and like an experiment with mead. Mm-hmm. It's just that honey
Mead, too.
mead too.
The first time I've ever tried mead,
That was a rim
it
shot.
was just
Missed
like
it.
way too much honey taste.
Yeah.
It was
yeah.
like apparently all it was honey.
And that's not on T-shirt Hill.
So it was like I was kind of hesitant to when Sonny was like, "Hey, we need to try this." I said, "Okay, well, 6-ounce glass for whatever." Like, yeah, we'll go ahead and do this.
12 hours later.
So we $120 later, we took that drink. And I was like, "Oh wow, this is really good." This is after, of course, being at the Rot. We had a snake bite.
The rot.
Which,
I haven't
was
been to the Rat in a while.
woodchuck and
You ain't
Guinness.
missing much. It's really went down.
Oh yeah.
It's terrible inside.
Oh, we had a good time.
I'm not saying you don't have fun, but boy, he's really let it go.
Well, he's got Valhalla's next door now, which is
And you can tell where all the money's going.
well, no, they just here in the last couple of weeks they redid the whole bathrooms. So now, like, they went through and rather than you come around that corner and going down the little hallway to the bathrooms.
You just go around the corner. It's a big, huge trough.
Well, no, like they
Start here.
Well, they they use the spooky light. The light you open as soon as you open the door, the lights kick on.
Oh yeah,
Motion
yeah.
sensors, yeah.
Yeah, and they're really nice in there. They got rid of the long tables. That hurt me because I really liked the long tables. But they
Right.
put in at the end of the bar, like a throne and benches around with like a special
throne
sconce.
of boys.
Now, do they still have like the big fireplace?
Yes, and that's where we sat. It was like the two pews with the table and the fireplace, and we played a whole bunch of Irish songs of rebellion and drank snake bites and black and tans. And
That's right. That's right. You Irishmen celebrate St. Patrick's Day. Celebrate your Scottish saint. Oh, I say that out loud.
No, I didn't hear nothing. You're fine. Just fine.
No, I just like I said, the whole like price of the honey is kind of like what makes me just kind of meh about trying to make some mead.
Me.
Because that's a whole lot of money.
Right.
You know, when I can, you know, for what it would cost for me to buy the honey for one thing of mead.
Yeah, but do you know how much I spent on that bottle?
There's a reason,
Like
because
$40.
honey is expensive.
$40 for that bottle.
Youch. That's a lot of money.
So, but it tastes good. You know, it was one of those. It's like, you know, he looked at me and went, I go, you know, what, do you want me to get a bottle? And he said, if I had money, I would. And it was like, all right.
Okay, twist my arm.
He's like, you know, it was one of those, we're going to put it up, keep it up, and like game days or whatever, we're going to just break out a little bit.
Just a little. 12
'Cause
hours
here's-
later.
I mean, just like kind of doing a basic search, here's
Meanwhile,
Celtic Druids honey mead. Then we have strawberry mead. Joe's ancient orange and spice mead.
that sounds like it's got cinnamon written all over it.
Choke cherry elderflower mead. Simple and effective mead. Honey mead. Damiana's harvest moon mead. Honey ale mead. Mulled mead. Jostaberry mead. Pineapple mead.
Mead. I'm sorry, one of these days you're going to hear that.
What?
Mead. What the hell is a mead? You have to drink
Braise
it.
1 month mead. Simple dry lemon mead. I mean,
Here's one. To every quart of honey, take 4 quarts of water. Put your water in a clean kettle over a fire, and with a stick, take just the measure, how high the water cometh. Here's how. That's how old the thing is. 4 quarts of water into a pot. Heat it. Mark on the side of the pot at the water level. Add 1 quart of honey to the water and bring it to a gentle boil. Skim off anything that rises to the surface. 1 pound of raisins in a nylon bag.
yeah.
Drop into the water. And when they are swollen and soft, remove them from the boiling water and press the juices out of them. Add all the juices into the boiling mead. Continue to boil the batch and down to the mark you made in the pan. This is the 4 quart level. Once this is done, cool the liquid, strain it into a fermentation bucket for 6 weeks. After this, the fermentation should be almost complete. You can transfer it to a carboy or bottle it where you keep it for 9 months before drinking.
9 months.
That's a long ass time.
Wow.
But apparently that would be a 17th century mead. And that would get you more
Nice.
of
What are you doing, Kat?
the honey flavor, because you're not pulling that out. You've actually boiled all the honey and stuff in it, and you're just putting the flavor stuff in there.
Check that out. Chrysler's bringing back the Superbird.
Nice.
The super bird.
Plymouth Superbird, 2019.
Here's one that's like, for 1 gallon, you need 4 ounces of dried juniper or hawthorn berries.
What the hell is a hawthorn berry?
1 cup of
You know
dried
the hawthorn
hibiscus.
trees that kill you with the
The spikes? The 3-inch spikes?
yeah.
Nothing will get in my way now. No shit, get away from me.
So 1 ounce of meadow sweet, 1 ounce of yarrow, 1 quart of honey, 1 gallon of good clean water, 4 to 5 raisins, and a teaspoon of lemon juice.
4 to 5 raisins.
Here's a Viking mead recipe from the Norse tradesman.
Nice.
Storm the castle. Okay. Then here's Halfdan's Viking mead recipe.
Imagine having everything but the raisins. Oh, can't make it now.
I keep raisins. I keep raisins at the house.
So
Just because, huh?
So with that thing, you could do 4 quarts with just a quart of honey.
Yep. That wouldn't be too bad. So
You just have to bottle it and stick it in the basement for 9 months.
right.
I don't know,
That
but how
would-
much difference is that? Because, Eddie still has bottles, whatever, of stuff that was given to him last year. Like, Carboy's full.
Yeah.
They're still bubbling.
Yeah, still bubbling.
Yeah, they just it
So
all
what would
did.
be the difference of, like, letting it sit in a Carboy on bubble and ferment for a year or 9 months in a bottle? You know.
I mean, I watch. This is my stuff. I'll go in. Like the Dragon's Blood. I thought it had quit bubbling. So I went in and sat on the chair. I sat and watched it. And after about 20 minutes, I saw a bubble. Bloop. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, it's not done yet. So then the panty dropper, because that's what I'm calling the strawberry. I'm going to call it the pink panty dropper, because I have a feeling it's going to be really strawberry and sweet and
Good for you.
right. And I told one person, like, she opened a bottle of my wine, and she was like, I pack stuff to move. I opened a bottle of your wine and started drinking. I don't know what boxes I put what in. And I'm like, well, what do you expect from a guy that names his, wines the hollaback girl and, the pink panty dropper and the leg splitter? What do you expect? I'm not responsible for anything that happens after you consume it.
Why does it have a disclaimer on the bottle? Trust me.
Like, I'm giving this to you as a present. I will not answer for anything that happens after you consume this bottle. It's not my fault. I need to print those labels off and put it on there.
Yeah, that's right. What is it? Read that. I don't have time to read it. Just drink it. You're going to be sorry.
Yeah, you really need to read that label. Because I told, everybody knows my Aunt Ruby, right? Mm-hmm. She's like 4'11", right?
She's 5 foot nothing.
Yeah, she's a itty bitty gal, right? 4'11", and she can like a bottle of like soft red made by Oliver or whatever. She could drink a bottle of that and be okay.
Yeah.
Right? I gave her a bottle of mine. I was like, listen, this tastes really, really good, but it's probably got 3 times the alcohol that your soft red does. So I was like, all you need is maybe like 2 glasses. That's all you need. You only need like 1 or 2 glasses. Any more than that, you're going to regret it. Well, it was cold and it was tasty. So she finished off the whole bottle. Which is like basically drinking 3 bottles of like this wines that she's used to. And my uncle told me, never again. Never again bring her a whole bottle of that stuff. It's like, I told her. He's like, I had to like carry her because she like got into the hallway, flopped over to the wall, and was like walking and sliding along the wall because she couldn't stand upright. I'm just like, listen, I was like, I tell everybody, I make alcohol. All right?
I make alcohol. That's what I do.
I don't make
right? There's a reason why I buy the yeast I do and use the amount of sugar I do, because I'm not going to play around. If I'm going to make some alcohol, I'm going to make some alcohol. All right? There's not going to be any of this. Oh, this has a nice, oak note with some elderberry overtones, and I can tell that the brewmaster was like really into. No, okay.
You stepped into the snooty voice really quick.
Right. No, okay.
He did.
This
He's like, blah, blah. Ain't
All right.
I sad?
This bottle of wine tastes like kind of like a Laffy Taffy, but it's like 15% alcohol.
It's the second time today I've heard that damn word.
Laffy
2 words.
Taffy.
Laffy
Shake
Taffy.
my Laffy Taffy.
That's what Libby and I were doing too.
All right.
Shake my Laffy Taffy.
If I want to make something, it's going to taste really good,
Like Laffy Taffy.
and it's going to make you feel really good.
Like Laffy Taffy.
I don't know. I came in when you were doing the snooty voice, and I thought I walked into a live-action Sideways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Here, have you tried the Hollaback Girl?
I don't know, but I'm going to.
Do you like bananas?
You will now.
Yeah, they're all right. I mean,
Hey, it's potassium. It'll help you.
Right? Maybe.
May I have some lemon?
Yeah.
That'll get you in trouble.
that is tasty.
That, sir, is a tasty beverage.
And in 16 years, you will be Avery's best friend.
I
No,
got
in
the
16 years, she'll hate everybody.
I
And then in 17 years, she'll like everybody.
got the name for that from Miss Gordon, not the teacher, but
I was going to say that would be awesome.
no.
It's actually McDonald again, I think.
Yeah, but like her the middle daughter.
Aha.
The middle daughter.
The one that you two got into it.
The one that's back down here?
Yeah.
Oh,
Nope,
Jennifer?
she's not there anymore.
She was.
She's at Rickers now.
No, I'm talking
No,
about
she
living.
lives like 2 or 3 doors down here.
She lives
Oh,
right
okay.
next to right next to the old homestead.
Right.
I
'Cause
tried.
I was like-
I tried to get RJ to go down there and mow her yard for her the other day when she was complaining about having nobody mow her yard.
Mow her yard.
I don't know. That's what she said on Facebook.
Yeah.
Bobby will mow it. He's looking for a mowing job.
Bobby wouldn't come here and mow it.
Yeah, well, we got into that too.
Like, because I like
Because I've been waiting on somebody to clean the yard.
because like
I've been waiting for somebody to clean the yard. The shit just keeps piling up back
I
here.
put on Faceballs. I'm just like, okay, this is banana wine.
Faceballs.
Facebook.
Oh,
Faceballs.
Faceballs.
The Faceballs.
I thought they made a sequel to Spaceballs for a second. And I missed it.
no.
That would sounds like the Triple X porn parody.
I tell you what.
Spaceballs.
Okay.
All you hear is this.
The Facebooks doesn't pay us any money to say their name, so it's Faceballs.
You know who would pay us money? Carl
Charles
Jr.
Jr.
Face space.
Face. So I put on there, and I'm like,
Facebook.
I'm thinking about calling this like the Hammered Banana, or like
Facebook.
something like that. She got on there is like, you need to call it the Hollaback Girl because that is bananas.
Well,
B-A-N-A-N-A.
Well,
It's
we were
like,
gonna call
oh,
it.
that's
We were gonna
funny.
call it
Yeah.
Nanners, but we can't because
No.
we have a friend that's got a daughter. named
Hammered
Nanners.
Nanner.
Hammered Nanner.
Oh yeah, here's this will mellow out a little bit. It's got a little bit of a bite right now.
I thought it actually tasted really good.
It
Yeah.
does taste good, but once it mellows, it'll taste even better.
Will I
Yeah,
want
yeah.
to drink this in the skulls of my enemies?
Maybe.
Ooh. It's got a nice.
He's like, it smells good.
Yeah, it's good.
It's my favorite.
You really need a second drink. Get in there. Get in there. Get in there. Go, 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 go. You want a straw?
Bill,
Yeah.
you put this over some crushed ice,
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, man.
and that is a lemonade I would get so shit-faced off of so fast.
Well, you know, summer is coming.
Right?
We just
right.
did
You
the
don't,
recipe.
you don't taste the alcohol.
No.
You know, we just went over the recipe, like the first part of the
He
show.
was downstairs letting his food
It's,
digest.
2 cups, 2 cups lemon juice, a couple tablespoons of like lemon extract.
2.5 pounds of sugar.
No.
Diabetes.
That's
I was
liquid
like
diabetes.
6 cups of water.
Tasty.
Okay. 6 cups of water, 2 cups of the lemon juice, or like real lemon, or the
Some kind of lemon extract.
right. It has to be juice because the lemon extract is like lemon essence, and you don't want to put 2 cups of that in there, or you'd be like, oh. All right.
Why does his face look like an ass? That's because he put extract in there.
Because it's
Um,
fat.
Like 2.5 cups of sugar. I put the recipe called for 2 cups of sugar, but at 2 cups it was still kind of like really bitter, right? So I put an extra half a cup in it, and then like 2.5 cups of moonshine,
Man.
Yeah.
right?
You
On a
better
nice-
take this from me or it'll be gone.
On a nice hot day, that'll just
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing though. Is like, if Hump shows up, I want him to try it. But
Well, he better hurry his ass up or it ain't gonna be here.
but
Jim is driving, so they ain't going slow.
That ain't gonna be here come hour 3.
my next recipe I'm going to try is the pineapple because Hump likes it, and I'm trying out different recipes because like I know I really like apple pie moonshine. It's really good, but I have one friend I can't share it with.
Yeah, because he's a bastard.
Well, no, it's just like, but I make all this stuff, and part of my enjoyment of making it is sharing it with like all my friends. Giving it to like family members and stuff. It's like, here, try this. Tell me what you think.
It's wonderful. Now I gotta go to the hospital.
Right? It's like for me. That's like part of it. And I do have to thank Chetty because
Who?
like
Who do you have to? Chetty?
because he kind of like pointed me in the direction, and then I just kind of like
There it
went
is.
from there.
There it is right there. Pointer. There it is.
No, not
Yes,
that.
it's true. This man has no dick.
That was loud
What?
and staticky.
Yeah, I think that's just the file.
The file.
I need to find a better one.
We've been defiled.
Give me a minute.
More of that lemon drop, you won't have to beg.
What we need in here is a big stump.
We got a table.
Well, I don't
Somebody
think
get Sheldmarred.
I don't think the table
No,
is.
it's when you need to be re-sleeved.
That's
when
right.
the
That's
Schultmeyer-
right.
I don't think the table is as sturdy as a big stump.
No, it's not. But it's still
We're
do the job.
We're gonna hit you
and
in the
none
head
of
with
us and none of us in this room are small individuals.
Right.
So if we were stump breaking somebody, we would actually need a stump because we would break this table.
Not to mention 3 of the 4 of us know prison maneuvers to get away from shit.
You ain't going anywhere, Pat.
Oh, I can get
I'm
away
gonna
from
get
you.
you. I'm gonna get you, boy. I'm drinking moonshine. I'm wearing bib overalls. What do you think's gonna happen?
Pass down some of that hollaback girl, would you?
Yeah.
Try to make it
Yeah,
easier on
yeah.
you.
Yeah, gotta loosen up.
I don't want to remember this shit.
We has company. I don't know who it is, but we has company.
We do.
There he is. He heard the fact that it was going to be gone by hour 3 and he showed up.
He's like, they're drinking without me, them sons of.
I was talking about that when I was leaving the house.
We need a chair.
But, oh,
Right behind you.
Right behind you.
oh, yeah.
Just need big ass.
It's on wheels like a roll.
Shake that ass for me.
Shake that ass for me.
Here you go.
Yeah,
Hollaback girl.
that's the banana. And you can also hand him the lemon, too.
Yeah, got some. We'll just
I
call it
know.
a lemon shake up for now.
I'll trade you.
Lemon
We're going to
shake-up.
call it the
There we go.
lemon dry.
God, Bo, you're killing me. God,
Seriously, dog.
you're killing me, bud.
So, no, but yeah, then I also got like 5 gallon of stuff. No, I only had like
You wouldn't have it very long.
I have a gallon
5
of
gallons?
that lemon
Yeah.
stuff, but no, I have like the stuff to put in my big
Whoa.
pot.
Okay, I was gonna say I'm gonna smack you in
And
the back of the
boil.
head in a minute.
Oh, Jesus Christ, keep that away from me.
Yep.
Now it's like you said though, that's gonna mellow out and it's gonna be a lot smoother.
Oh, my God.
It's already
Yeah.
like I already.
It's
like,
gonna be a
that's
lot
perfect
smoother.
right there.
yeah.
To me,
Yeah.
that's perfect right
Put it
there.
over some crushed ice.
Oh, yeah.
Goodbye,
So-
Saturday.
Wake
Or
up Sunday.
Sunday.
Oh, what the hell?
Well, I woke up Sunday morning with no way to lay my head. That
Oh,
didn't
I
hurt.
hear that plane come. Oh wait.
No, we took a scenic route on the way home.
Oh yeah.
And ended up right behind the damn semi we was in front of before we took the scenic route.
Oh Jesus.
Well,
This is
about
gonna
that-
be great.
Google hadn't quite updated enough yet to let you know that
Nice.
Have to-
He begged for it.
half the roads that led to 37 no longer lead to 37.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So we went all the way up there and had to turn around and had to come back and then took another goofy route. But
I can see that I'm going to kill this GPS lady.
we did find a Old State Road 37. We're going to take bikes down there one of these weekends.
Recalculating.
Yeah,
No, you're not.
Make U-turn. Nearest exit, 35 miles. Oh, you bitch!
That was 2 miles ago.
Right.
God, son of a bastard.
It's funny because we go on long trips, it'd be like, turn left here. You're not the boss of me. Make nearest U-turn. Oh, I guess she is the boss of me.
Right.
Showed you.
You need to have another sip of that, Jared.
Met Sherry's boyfriend.
Right.
Oh, the one from Anderson?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
He's like, I don't know and I don't care.
This is my kid. I think it takes about 2 weeks they get tired of her mouth. Or she gets tired of theirs.
I'm going to go with that one. She probably gets tired of she probably gets tired of theirs.
If a guy who thinks he can be demanding and controlling, you might as well just keep on walking with that girl.
Right.
She'll tell you.
F off.
Yeah.
It's not so polite away.
Yeah. Oh, she's got some colorful language when you go upstairs and she doesn't know I'm there.
That's when you stick your head around the corner and go, I'm about the right age. I'll start picking up that language and using it.
Oh, I just sat there and listened one time. I had to finally walk away because I was laughing. Some of the stuff that was coming out of her mouth.
The
I got
the post enough on Facebook scared the hell out of me, so I'm good.
I got like
The one about family comes first.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
like
She ain't
3 more
lying.
quarts of that. I'll make some more because by the time we go on vacation, I'll have another probably gallon of.
So we're gonna get pulled over for
You better have at least a couple more of
bootlegging.
those.
What is he
Yeah.
doing? He's bootlegging. Why? Because he's carrying it across state lines.
You gotta
Carrying
have it.
what?
You gotta have it in a ball jar like case, or a wood crate that holds them.
I
Just
tell
put
you
some
what,
duct tape across it and say, "Look, it's sealed."
that's a hillbilly tax stamp right there.
Exactly.
We'll use Gorilla Tape. That way he really has to get into it.
I'm telling you, I'm getting my craft down. Why I didn't discover this craft sooner, I have no idea.
Anyway, I think that was for the
I'm
sake
glad
of your
you
liver.
did.
Probably.
How's
I'm so
that?
glad
Yeah.
because we wouldn't be alive,
I was
man.
gonna say, yeah. One of us would be like number 2 on the liver transplant by list by now.
Anybody
And
else?
whoever's number
Anybody
2
else?
is just
We'll
quickly being
pass
followed
it
by
around.
number 3 and 4 and 5. Because the stuff that we did just drinking Purple Passion,
Oh Jesus!
Wilderberry schnapps.
somebody would be in a hospital and somebody'd be going, I really didn't think he'd do it.
Right? Hey, y'all, watch this.
What the hell?
Anybody?
Well,
We
yeah.
stopped and went the wrong direction.
They're being cheesy and keeping it all down there.
Well, he's got the lid. That's the only reason I.
Oh, it's not going to get the
I
lid
was gonna
put
say, who
back
needs
on.
a lid?
If it comes back around to me, it's not going to need the lid. That's why I've sent it out away to go to other folks before it comes here to
God
die.
damn.
That's just
I wonder,
insane.
cherries in that would probably like on a stick.
Well, I have some cherry.
Why would you ruin this?
I didn't say it. Said it'd
Exactly.
probably make it taste a little better.
Better.
Shut your whore mouth.
I have a whore mouth.
Pat's trying to ruin perfection.
On that note, we'll be back after these messages and some.
When did he convert to
music?
Catholicism?
I have no clue.
I'm not touching any little boy.
we'll,
So
we'll
you
be
will
back.
touch little girls?
We'll be back. On that note, bye.
See, I'm liking this.
You're listening to the Man Cave right here on Geek Public Radio with your hosts, Pat Brooks and Bill Maddox. You can find out more by checking out the Facebook page, facebook.com/GPR The Man Cave. And now, our hosts, Pat and Bill.
And Brian. And Hump.
And Hump, he's here.
What?
Yeah.
What?
And Hump.
Crazy ass traffic.
What?
If we had a good producer, he'd put your name in it on that.
All right.
Well, I have it. I have to move it over to the other computer.
Well, whose fault's that? Thank you.
Mine,
Next
but
witness.
you know.
All right, Bill Cosby, come on.
Well, they never find out. Is that still in
No, he's
court?
he was
3 times guilty.
3 times guilty.
He could
The
go
jury,
for 30 years.
The jury must have liked pudding pops because they're putting my ass in jail. Oh,
So it
did I
can be
say that out
popped. So it
loud?
can be popped.
So it can be popped.
Putting my
This looks
ass
like
in
it's
jail
time.
so
It's
it can
time
be-
for JAILO.
You know what's funny though? They gave him $1 million bail. Like Bill Cosby can't come up with 10% of $1 million.
Right.
He probably carries that in his wallet.
Well, from
Only took him 2.5 hours to come back with a guilty verdict.
from what I was reading, I guess like back in the day, did Bill Cosby try to buy
Everybody.
NBC?
Probably.
And then, like, after he was trying to buy, like, the network or whatever, his life kind of went...
Well, you know, it's pretty bad that you go from picture page to stand
Fat
up
Albert.
to Fat Albert to I'm going to slip my Mickey into your drink and have my way with you.
Well, this is also Leonard Part 6, and
Ghost Dad.
Well, no,
Leonard Part 6 was like back when it's
He
everything
was also
started.
pretty much considered a family-friendly.
Well, he was
comedian.
the dad. He was the Huxtable dad.
Yeah. I mean, even if you
Hello.
listen to his
Oh, that's you.
his comedy routines,
Yeah.
most of them was clean.
Clean.
Yeah.
Except for the time we talked about he thought his name was
goody.
Goddammit.
Well,
Yeah.
no, it's like when because Eddie Murphy did an entire rip on it on Raw,
Right.
where he's talking about like you cannot say
You cannot
in
say
front of people.
on stage. Yeah.
Well, I think what got him this time, because the first time it was a hung jury because they couldn't prove anything. The second time they showed in his act where he's talking about Spanish fly and what it does to women when you put it in their drink. Well, it technically is hearsay, but they're like, come on, man, that was 30 years ago when he did it. Well, he's been doing this for about 30 years.
But that's the thing, though. They got rid of the statute of limitations on rape.
On a rip-to-rip.
Yep. So a lot of states, if it happened, like something like that, it's basically like murder. If they can prove it 30 years later, guess what?
That's good. I mean, that's good.
Right.
I have no problem with
Oh,
people.
but what about the ex-cop who found out he murdered and
The Golden State Killer or
Yeah,
whatever.
12 murders and 45 rapes.
it was 50s what I heard.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah.
Don't go with him. He'll murder you and fuck you. Well, he'll fuck you.
He probably even not in that order.
Does the order? Does it really matter what the order is? Well,
depends
one
on-
way you get more charges.
I was going to say, one, you get more charge. Yeah,
One requires
an Aphrodite.
Wonder if he's ambidextrous.
Ambidextrous.
I did not say with that, man.
an Aphrodite, or the other has a curling iron.
We always said,
Yeah.
we always said
The
that
body's still
the
warm.
only thing you need for a perfect date is some chloroform, roll of duct tape, and a curling iron. That's for when the
What did I-
chloroform and the duct tape get out of hand.
Hey,
Just in case.
does this smell like chloroform to you?
That
He wants a visit from the Ether Bunny.
Either bunny.
that reminds me of my favorite line from a movie.
Here, buddy.
Excuse me, officer. This gun appears to have too many bullets in it.
Boom, 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 boom.
No, I can't find my
Do you remember on the movie?
Oh, God.
Batman.
Is it Batman?
No.
No, I remember the saying, but I don't remember the movie.
Last Boy Scout with Bruce Willis.
Oh,
Excuse me, officer.
see, now he said one of my favorite lines either because when it was in the one that's all black, partway black and white, and
Sin City.
Sin City, where he says him being with that young girl's like a palsy patient doing brain surgery. That was one of my favorite lines ever.
I don't know. I kind
Is it
of
Sin
like.
City or Sin City 2?
Sin City, the first one.
Okay.
I kind of like.
Harrigan dies at the end of the first one, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Sure. They never really actually say, but yeah.
Well, I thought he had a heart attack. He's like, oh, just keep it alive, whatever. And he finally does, and then he.
Well,
No,
yeah.
I think one of my favorite lines in a movie is like the very beginning of The Way of the Gun.
Oh,
Where he's like, "You shut that bitch's mouth before I come over there and start her head."
I forgot about that.
Right?
Shit, that's nice. I'm going to write that down. What's going on Facebook?
She's got a mouth, but she's right. I am going to beat you silly and fuck you stupid.
You almost said something like that one time in Elwood. You need to tell that fat bitch to shut up. So help me God.
You're fat. Smell.
Oh, so that wasn't.
No, it's funny because
that wasn't when
I've
he
never
was
seen
talking
Bill
to the
so
horse?
serious and so mad. He was in Waller's car or truck. He was wedged into Waller's truck.
Oh, that's when he went to climb out.
And he goes, if I have to squeeze my ass out of this truck, I'm beating you to death with it. With what?
With the truck.
With
With the
you.
truck.
With you. I'm going to rip something off of you and beat you to death with it.
It's gonna pull
Then
a
I
jet.
got out of the truck.
And the
they
dude
were
was
just
like, the girl was like, beat his ass, Jimmy. Beat his ass. He stood up and the fucking truck rose about 2 inches and it still hit him below the waist. He's like, shut up, bitch.
And they're like, shut up, get us out of here.
Waller's like, watch this. Bill's going to whoop somebody's ass.
And then they took off. It was funny.
Wouldn't you?
I still remember the drunk guy that come over and was
With a
talking
horse.
shit to him. Well, the horse, but when he
I
come
pulled
over
the
and was
gun on that
talking,
guy.
yeah, when he was talking shit to Bill and he was holding that parking slab.
Right.
Dude, do you realize
Jim,
what he's holding?
Jim was like, pick on somebody your own size. And Jim's bigger than the guy, and I'm bigger than Jim, and I'm holding a concrete parking
Was that the
stopper.
drunk guy that come out of the bar yelling?
Yeah.
I was yelling that night too.
Yeah.
I
Everybody
was
was
coming
yelling
across
that
the
night.
parking lot yelling at him, and
Because his buddy was like, do you realize what he's holding?
Do you
Do you
not
know
see
how
what he's
heavy that
holding?
is?
It's like, batter up, motherfucker.
yeah, Bill's over there holding a parking garage, and I'm sticking up for the big bastard. I think
Bless
I might have, drank something that night. I can't remember, but
My,
Good chance.
damn good chance back then.
then like,
The
Another
horse you
one of
threatened to shoot.
Just a fact.
yeah, I'm
man.
not gonna
You
shoot.
shoot that
I'm not
horse
gonna
off me, I'm
shoot the
going to
horse.
shoot you.
I did threaten a guy up there one night that if he didn't shut her up, I'm gonna whoop your ass.
And if you don't shut her up, I'm going to whoop your ass. What?
Was it Greg that dude pulled the gun on and Greg went in the truck window and beat the guy's ass with the gun?
I don't know. I remember what was his name? Brian Odom.
Yeah.
Got on his knees, grabbed the gun, put it to his head, and he goes, pull the trigger! Pull the trigger!
I remember that.
He ain't right. The guy's just like,
Isn't he dead now?
no. Oh, yes. Yes. Died of questionable circumstances, we'll just say.
Anybody?
Oh, I'm good, man.
Pass it around.
Another good one-liner.
Stafford, I think you got a friend.
There's an old Irish saying, don't listen to old Italian sayings.
There's an old Italian saying that says, don't listen to old Italian sayings.
That's from a striking distance.
Another good movie.
Rule of thumb shouldn't it be like rule of wrist?
Yeah, you can't do much damage with that.
Oh, yes, you can. You don't know what I can do with my thumb.
Pass it that way.
No, what were you going to say, Pat?
Oh, I think you have a gift coming.
I'm
That's a
telling
little more potent, it seems like, than the cranberry.
you, it might be. Like,
Oh, my God.
well, that's the thing though. Is like
That's just dangerous.
banana has a lot more sugar in it than cranberries,
Yep, that makes sense.
and so you have a
Look
lot
at that.
more
He's like,
sugar.
Stafford's like, you bastard. I can't reach it. I got it.
All Bill's alcohol comes this end to die.
Negative.
Anybody else?
I'm a meat popsicle.
Oh, go ahead.
Sir, do you classify yourself as human? Negative. I'm a meat popsicle. Another Bruce Wayne movie.
Game
Bruce
over,
Wayne.
man. Game
Bruce
over.
Wayne. Where's that
Pone? Where's that Pone?
Game over, man. Game over.
Has anybody seen the new Death Wish with him in it?
No, I haven't.
No.
It
I need to
looked
go see
decent.
It does look decent.
We'll have to look that up on the Fire Stick.
Right?
You know
Let
what's
us
funny?
know.
Like, since that
Infinity
hit,
War's good.
since that went and like everybody was protesting it and saying it was not something we needed and yada
Which
yada.
one?
Yada. Death Wish.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you were talking about the fire stick or
cares?
something. I was like, did I miss something?
I immediately started a new script for a reboot of Falling Down,
Nice.
Yeah, Michael Caine or Kirk Douglas.
just because
That good stuff, buddy.
if Death Wish could make it, I think a reboot of Falling Down would be
It's got to be Peter Dinklage.
I'll do it.
Peter Dinklage.
No,
Peter
no.
Dinklage is.
No, it has to be the
Why
guy.
is everybody shot in the penis? That's because it's eye level for him.
Okay,
sorry,
as
I'm
the
sorry.
angriest man in Madison County, I must do this.
I'm sorry, just the
You got a long way to
idea.
go to be the angriest.
No,
Just
sh-
the idea,
the guy
though,
that
of
plays
Peter-
Sheldon. The guy that plays Sheldon.
Really?
Who would suspect him?
Penny.
Right, yeah, but who
Penny.
would expect him
Penny.
just like
Penny.
to be like walking around and like
What about
whacking people that piss him off?
The roommate.
Did you bring
Also
more?
plays on Roseanne.
Garrett
Is that
Gadowski
everything?
or
That's
He'd be
everything.
okay. I think he'd be good.
well, the script I have is like it's literally like an everyday guy. He starts off like at home and the whole thing is like society like pushing down.
What are you going to call it? Getting up?
No, it's the falling
Rise
down.
up.
Fell down again.
I want to star in that too.
No, that'd
What
be
we
the triple.
need is
Just from the title, I don't know if I want to watch this or not.
That's the triple
What
X
we
parody.
need is
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a triple.
what we need is a midget and the theme
rubber
song
chicken.
and the theme song to Sanford and Son.
I'm sorry, but
Get Eddie
what's
Griffin
funny
to
is
sing it.
this: whenever
That's
you
the funniest
call,
thing I ever saw.
whenever you call,
Right.
but
I'll tell you what, if you ever
Peter
direct
Dinklage-
that, I will be the guy in Falling Down. It'll be falling
will.
down again.
Piss on your forehead.
I will piss on your forehead. Piss on your forehead.
But no, I
Red's full.
literally written the thing where like his
Sit on my
daughter,
face and let my
his
lips
daughter is
caress
like
you.
like talking
Also,
how like he's like the root of all evil and this that and the other. He's just like all I'm trying to do is live my
You bastard.
make sure the house is paid for. I'm just trying to keep.
I'm
stuff
making
together.
sure that you have a place to live and
Yeah,
food
he's
to
like
eat.
he's like I don't go out of my way to hurt anybody. I don't go out of my way to do. I am worried about putting food on the table and keeping a house over our heads.
You know what? Nobody suspects the trash man as being the killer.
Then he
Just
wakes
kill
up
him
one
and throw him
day
in
and
the
she
truck.
wants a divorce.
And then, well, no, like it goes along, and then he just has like the worst day of his life, and it keeps building and building
Oh,
and building.
Gotta hold on to it. Groundhog Day with Falling Down. He goes through it every day. Same thing. Don't drive angry.
To where
Don't drive
finally
angry.
he just wakes up one day and just
in prison.
starts everybody.
In,
Just-
in prison and realizes it's not a dream. It happened.
right.
But no, but like in the original, where everything is just
Building.
him reacting to the way things have changed.
Yeah,
so
like he lost
drastically?
his job. You know, he's looking for a job. His
Lost
car
my
breaks
house,
down in the
lost
middle
my
of
job,
traffic.
lost
People
my
yelling
job.
at him.
So like as
Don't
everything
run, I've got
completely-
money.
and he's not trying to, and he's not trying to do anything, but he's just like, why is it this way? Why?
Right.
You know, and they just keep building and building and building. That's how I was writing the other.
I got a title for it called Yeti, a life lesson. I was getting ready to say that shit. I swear to God, that's what I was sitting here thinking.
Oh my god!
I'm glad he doesn't listen to the man cave.
Oh, he does.
Oh, Jesus.
That's gonna be awesome. I take full responsibility for that.
You didn't even say it.
I don't care.
Thank you. That deserves two.
You know,
Yeah,
Bob,
Yeti has some
he sure got some funny ideas about fun.
He does go through some rough stuff. It's just his reactions to things sometimes.
It makes it worse.
Yeah.
And here he
For
goes.
him.
In 3, 2, 1. Son of a! There he goes.
Whatever you're thinking, shut up.
Right.
He actually looked at when he was working with me. I can't remember what it was. Oh, he was moving a trench or something, and he hooked the fender on a trailer. And he's just getting all irate, and I'm just like, he's like, I'm glad you find this so damn funny. I said, what's not to find funny about it, Chris? I said, watch. I went over and grabbed a wrench, pulled the fender back out. I said, look, you never did anything.
What is this?
I
What's
said,
going
quit
on
over,
here? What are
you
you
know.
people doing here?
You ain't going to do much we can't fix.
Hey, I
Right.
woke up in my house when Bill and I were roommates. There was a party. I've done that. What the hell? What? Who did? Who? What? I'm going back to bed. And then it was like boobs come out and it was like beer. I'll be sitting right here.
Right. Yeah, I don't.
Why does it sound
You
I mean-
also came out and go, who's that guy? That's
Well, it's when you
pizza
trip over somebody you have no idea who it is.
dude. Were you
Who the
were
hell
you
is
not
the pizza
sober enough
dude?
to remember that you?
Oh, no. There are plenty of times that Bill and I showed up to work and the manager goes, no.
No.
What is that smell? God, that's us.
You guys smell like a brewery.
I've had a whole 4 hours to sober up. You drove here like that? Yep. Plan to drive all day, too. No. We should have been
Give me
fired a
some
long
coffee.
time with that job.
Give me some coffee. I'm driving to the damn.
And the funny thing about it is that's when the nurse usually showed up for the random drug screens. He's like, well, I need Bill Maddox and Patrick Brooks. Oh, they already left.
Get out of here.
Why? Because you're seeping fluid out of your skin. Bye.
It wasn't that bad all the time. It just every once in a while.
There were some times you and I looked at each other and said, we have to stop drinking by 1. And then, at 3, we're still drinking, going, bring us another round!
5 o'clock in the morning. We got to be at work in like an hour.
I've
Right.
done that. I need an hour's sleep. You wake up an hour later going, that was not a good idea.
It's like now I don't feel worse.
Because that's the heartburn kicks in and the acid's backed up into your throat. And you're like, me moving is not a good idea.
But the bad thing is like my route took me to the Paylesses. Those are the first ones I hit. Then after that, it was all the Kagan bottles. So I would be there at the same time as like the beer guys,
The keg in the bottle.
right? And then 9 times out of 10, I'd have one of the beer guys be like, "Hey,
I need some ice.
this
Oh, yeah.
this beer,
This
It's-
beer's already got piss in
it's
it. Oh,
it's
sorry.
yeah. You know, it's
Natty
fresh
Light.
this date or whatever it is today. I need some ice for a party I'm having this weekend." I'm like, "How much do you want?" You know, I was like, so like that's why I would keep because
The
we had
broken, yeah.
the big 25 pounders. If they broke, I would just tie up the end, and you'd have like
15 pounds.
15 pounds there or whatever. He opened up his like side thing on his trailer. I just started chucking, right? And I'm like, "Tell me when." He's like, "Oh, that's good, that's good." And he gave me like 3 or 4 cases of beer,
These are dented, are they? They are now.
There now.
right? So I put them like all the way up front. That way, if I
nice and cool.
Nice.
well,
and
no,
cool.
no. That way, if I did get pulled over, I wasn't hauling beer in the back of my refrigerated truck, right?
Right.
I'm pretty sure that's illegal.
Right. So I put them way up front in the middle of one of the pallets. So, you know, I like driving, delivering ice. You know, we get back and I have 4 cold cases of beer. I'd come walking downstairs. His brother would look at me and be like, "I don't want to know."
Put it in the fridge.
We put it in the fridge. And
We had 2 fridges downstairs that was full of beer and full of food.
I
Which one
honestly
emptied
say-
first?
I honestly have to say though, like that was one of my favorite summer jobs.
right, it was an awesome summer job.
Even when like the fish came in.
My brother
we
would
did that
look at
concert.
Bill and I during the Fish concerts or the Dead when they were around. When Bill and I would pass each other at like ships in the night, he would close his eyes because we'd get our damn trucks so close we could reach out and slap each other on our hands and take off. Because he'd be coming in, I'd be taking off, and he'd be, "What?" And he'd be like, "Jesus God!" Okay, they made it. Or that one day we were doing the power brake and making the trucks hop. And the
That
brothers
was
were
all-
in the basketball goals going, "Look at them white boys, man." It was wop, 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 wop.
And
Yeah!
that was all fun and game until you got to your first stop. And
It's
that
all
like
against the
everything
back
pallet.
wall.
like slammed up against the back roll-up door. You're like, "Ugh!"
Going through the side door this time, buddy.
Even though I think the only time your brother was like really impressed was when I dropped that 300-pound block with the ice tongs off the back of a 8-skid truck.
Yeah, you were the only one
He
that
was
could
just
do
like, "No way." I'm like, "Throw it on the truck, man. I ain't making a special trip." So I did. I had the ice tongs and I dropped it off the back of the truck, all the way down to the
all over
ground.
the cart.
Yeah. Well, I can't do that
Them
now,
bitches were heavy and hard to hold.
right? So
Plus, you had Frankie helping you, and then he'd be on this. We had the special ramp made to get the block down to the cargo van that we used to deliver it. And never let him help you because he'd be up here holding it, and you'd be down there studying it, and all of a sudden he'd just start pushing on a 45-degree incline with a 300-pound block of ice.
right
Gee, I wonder which way it's going to go. Right towards
down
it.
real fast.
And then you get to that place. Where was it? Firefox.
I think that's my
Is that your better half?
yeah.
But you get there, and
I still
that
remember like
damn chef. Nuka block. Nuka block. What the hell did he say to me? Nuka block.
that's my better half. I still remember when we
The hell
brought
language
that.
he's speaking?
We
No
brought
idea.
that big 300-pound block. And we just set it outside and like sat beers on it. They're like,
See, everywhere I've worked, if you get somebody usually with an accent, and what are they? I don't know. For some odd reason, I usually understand
Where the
that.
hell are you from anyway? Upper West Side.
We had some Eastern. Well, I destroyed a small section of her yard. Some Eastern European lady. She come out and was talking to us, and then she come out and realized, yeah, they just destroyed my yard. Well, I can't help it. It's 20,000-pound machine, and it's wet, and
The tracks.
Right.
it sunk, and I drug part of her yard up on the road.
I'll put it back. I promise.
I'll try.
Hi, Kitty Kitty. How are you?
It went in fine. It just sunk 6 inches after I got it back there.
Yeah. Oh, I bet. Especially something that weight. Mm-hmm. I mean,
What was the name of the campground that would pay you like $100 in quarters?
Was
or
it
change.
like Glowwood or whatever?
I don't know, but he was a pain in the
Was
ass.
it one of those pop-up campgrounds that when the fish came in, they
You get a cheese sandwich, some nasty boobs, and get rid of all your bad ice.
right? Dude,
Nice.
Yeah. Can I get a bag of ice now? God, no. Put those away.
Right.
If you put them up, I'll give you 2.
I don't want to see that.
Here's a 7-pound bag of ice because it's open and it's nasty. Here's 10. Give me $10 for it. Okay. Shit. Okay. Those guys are stupid bathing in the damn water.
Where?
Pendleton. What was that? What's the fishing place in Pendleton?
Oh, they're at
Pine
Lakes.
Pine Lakes.
Yeah, you pull up in there and it's wall to wall.
There were a few people out there tonight when we drove past.
Well, now it's warm enough. But you pull up there and they'd see you pull in. Oh, dear God. No.
Right.
Hey, why don't you and your friend come back? No, because we'd like to not itch.
Right? I don't want to have to go to the doctor and get shots.
There's stuff that modern medicine can't cure anymore.
There's a large kitten with a baby.
Hi, Toots.
We've been invaded by a baby.
Who's going to get that, Toots?
Well, there's Bill's baby. Then Bill's baby's baby.
Baby,
and,
baby.
and now the baby that they're watching. You're surrounded by babies.
At least somebody grins when I can smooch him. See?
What's the pudding pop? Hide the baby.
Did you get some pudding pops?
Baby. Son of a motherless.
Yeah.
I forgot to bring Shelby's stuff.
Ryan for a second.
I got Transformer stuff for Shelby at the house. We just keep forgetting to bring it.
Yeah. Are they?
It's build your own.
Is it?
I bet.
Are they in disguise?
Yeah, because they're in pieces.
I had Abby talking to me on the phone last night.
Did you? Mm-hmm. Well, that's cool.
She said my name, plain as day.
What?
Man, Toots. Hi.
Put the baby on the radio. Yep, I'm too.
Hey, she's waving.
He's like, oh,
The dog's like, oh, look, it's a baby.
It's a little person.
She's like, everybody's looking at me now. I'm not gonna be cute. That's okay, man. We drink enough of that lemon drop, we'll all act just like
Oh
you.
my God. That stuff's crazy.
Yeah, that stuff is crazy. All right, we'll see you
All
later.
right, love you.
Love you. All right, bye-bye.
The
Bye-bye.
Bye, Uncle Pat. Bye, Daddy. Bye, Uncle Chris. Bye, Uncle Kevin. Bye.
yeah, I'll definitely. I've got enough stuff at the house, so I'll probably just go ahead and make another batch of that because I'll probably bring another quart next week.
See if I can be on time next week. If it doesn't rain, see, we only work
I'm a
today
fan.
because it rained. Monday.
Yeah,
I might have to bring 2.
or 3,
Or 5.
or 1 for each.
I just want to ride home. That's all I'm
We
going to
got
request.
5 of
You
them.
can walk home and not.
I can stumble home.
What's downhill?
Like, I got
I
5
can
of
roll.
them. I got 5 of them. 1 for each of you.
40% chance of rain Thursday
Unless-
and Friday.
Unless
Oh,
I
and
drink,
Wednesday.
unless I drink one before I
I'm
leave,
down
and
to
I'll
like
have to bring
see
10 of them.
But if I can make it through Wednesday and part of the day Thursday, we're good.
Tell Mikey to get off his ass and dig faster.
Nah.
Dig faster.
Oh, trust me, I about called Jim today and said, you need to hire me because I'm about ready to go on a shooting spree.
Jim would be like, why?
No, you wouldn't care. He just want to hear a shooting spree.
Well, that one I did today, we started out like this,
11 o'clock.
and we went like that, and then like that, and by the time I ended, it was facing that direction.
Mine does that when I'm... Never mind.
I don't know what you're doing, but if it's facing
You're
that
doing it
direction
wrong.
after you reel it out, you need to go to the doctor.
Well, if you got to reel it out, you're doing something
Well,
right.
it come back in okay.
Oh, okay.
Something broke.
Oops.
And we digress.
Hey, what's an adhesive dog?
What, huh?
810 Lincoln, caller advised adhesive dog chased her and her son up onto the porch.
Adhesive dog.
It glues itself to you.
It humped her leg. And
It
wouldn't
won't let go.
It got sticky. He was all up on my leg, and now he's stuck.
Sticky. It's sticky.
That's a dog covered in duct tape. It's adhesive.
Some of the stuff that's on that is just ridiculous.
That's a good one.
How is she homeless and on house arrest?
Yeah, good question.
Well, I can tell you that
100 feet, 100 yards.
If they're in work release, they get bracelets like that too.
Yeah, now so they can be tracked.
Yep. Because like when we worked there, they had like a big, huge, looked like a funky satellite dish, and
You type into the computer and oh, there it pops.
right, you could pull up to like where they're working or whatever, and you like use the dish, and you usually pick up their
It's the
leg.
size of the Mars Curiosity rover.
Jesus Christ, is that your Jeep?
I want one.
I don't want to
What should
open
we
this.
say?
Topher's sitting into something dirty.
Probably.
It's not dirty.
Oh, when it says, yeah, when it says that,
Well, no. It all it is talking about.
That's a huge bitch.
That's all it is.
I can get that one
Which
right.
one will fill up first?
2. Why does my TED?
So, like,
You're right.
Oh, yeah, okay. I can't argue with that one.
It's like I have to share because I saw that and was like immediately going, hey, you know.
That's a huge bitch.
Although, he'd be like, fuck it, I'm going to make it work.
No, he wouldn't. He would yell and scream and tear it apart and throw it. He'd be like, screw it, I'm going to the house.
Foot and a half. Oh, sorry.
I've done that a couple times too.
Screw this, I'm going home.
Right.
But you are home. Oh, crap.
Yeah, we had a real nice tent at one time. One of them where you just basically fling in the air and it sets up itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we're taking it apart, and for some odd reason, this is the time you get impatient as hell, so you yank on the zipper and rip a whole damn thing in the side of it, and thank you, Angie.
I've done that. When I had my Jeep, I couldn't get the top to go down quick enough. I'm like, screw it, we'll just fold it.
It's because the
Rip.
directions are all in French.
Parlez-vous français? That's about all I know in that.
Parlez-vous tent.
Fries.
Baton de fromage.
Baton.
Cheese fries.
Sticks.
Sabotage.
Sabotage.
I can't read it here.
In the future, many men will spend a lot of money trying to figure out why their wives can't get pregnant.
Yeah.
Oh. Ouch. Anyway. We digress.
Again.
Exactly.
Every day.
Don't you have to have a subject before you can digress?
We were on a subject somewhere.
Like the very
you
first,
like a
at the very
script?
first hour.
Would you like a script?
I'm
The
good
very
with
first
it.
hour we were talking booze.
It worked
yeah,
better
it
this
was
way.
he's right, though. First
very-
hour, it was booze.
And like
Booze.
non-stop booze.
A little bit of sex.
All
a little bit
booze.
of porn.
Like,
Well, that's usually what booze leads to.
Yeah.
sex and,
One of the two.
Well,
You're
Sex
going
and
home
porn.
with somebody, or you're watching
Like-
something once you get home.
like I said, that's why I'm calling my wines like leg splitter and the panty dropper.
What's that the one comedian says? It's it's only for sex when you wake up, and she's like, unless you got another one in you, I'm going to have to ask you to go. Wow.
Nice. All right,
Unless
well,
you got
I'll see
another one
later.
in you, I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
Well, I'll see you later.
Call
So
you next
what was
time I'm in
that?
town.
What was that? Was it Bishop that was the one that's always said that you don't pay him for sex, you pay him to
Pay 'em
leave?
to leave.
Yeah, you're not paying him for sex. You're paying him to leave.
Yeah, you're paying him to go away.
To leave and keep your mouth shut. that store offends me. Blimpy.
Huh?
The Blimpy stuff.
Oh,
The store.
That store offends me. But it's good.
I don't think I've ever eaten at Blimpies.
I mean, I've seen a few of them, but I've never been to it.
okay.
Bad.
my
It's
question.
nothing really great. but
Do
it
you
ain't bad.
remember along like Blimpies and that made me think of other things because I've got a pickled brain at the moment.
Oh.
That would be awesome. Cannabis
Weed
Patron.
infused tequila.
But because I got a pickled brain at the moment,
Oh, yeah.
and I lost it.
And
It's gone. Where'd that thought go?
it's out his ass.
It faded off into the distance.
I wouldn't have
No,
thought
but
that
we're
was just
talking
a
about
fart.
like old. I was thinking of like old logos, like from like 90s, 80s, 90s, and whatnot. Do you remember the I don't
Hills,
remember-
because that's where the toys are.
the skateboard
Fuck that place. I used to work there.
the skateboard
Natas?
company Limpies
No.
What?
Limpies.
Limpies?
I don't remember that
I don't
one.
remember that one.
It
I remember,
literally
like,
had a
Natas
ball
and
with a stick that came down like that, and it was Limpies.
I don't remember that. I remember Hills were where the toys are. Boy, they were
And
too.
I've used a crap ton of sex wax.
That would be my wife. Sounds like.
Hey.
That would be somebody else.
So, but I found a T-shirt that actually says Mr. Zog Sex Wax.
Mr.
You used to find them all over the place.
Son of
Yeah.
Needle
Yeah.
people.
They still make sex wax.
Yeah. For
And it's not
surfboards, ain't it?
Yeah. Yep.
I told you were getting a gift.
Mountain Dew. You're too late for.
And she gave her a train whistle.
I'm gonna kill her.
Mountain Dew,
Oh, yeah.
train whistle. Nope. That's all kinds of
What
nope.
did you do to make them mad?
I don't know.
Who's that from?
Tammy from Outer Angels, they had their barnyard bash today. And I got to ride a horse. She had a blast. Like,
Those things would be fun.
and Kevin was DJ, and we were all boogieing, and me and Tammy were doing some silly
Was he
stuff.
playing that Durka Durka song?
No, no.
Durka Durka.
Durka Durka Muhammad Jihad?
Did he play the one just to jump to the left? It's tonic.
Hey, did they release the name of the guy who drove up on the sidewalk in Toronto?
I think it was.
Any Canadian ever?
Was he polite?
Probably.
Was he yelling,
Probably.
"Excuse me"?
Excuse
That's why
me.
he was doing it.
Sorry.
Excuse
We're
me,
from
pardon
Tennessee,
me.
It's okay.
Sorry.
Excuse me, we're from Tennessee. It's okay.
Sidewalk's
Pardon
closed.
me.
Moves out front. Should have told you.
Right.
Blue screen of death.
No, it's the. Hey, you need to update your computer, but your computer doesn't
Ever shut
support
off?
the update.
Close.
Oh, turn around. She's not home yet.
No. Damn! I had a thought, but I lost it.
That happens.
Right? It happens
All
a
the
lot.
me.
See, it wouldn't happen
All
if you
the
had a
time.
script.
We don't. I
We
don't
don't
need
have
those things.
we don't have a script either. But
No.
the only one that does any research is Jim.
Nice.
He doesn't really do it. Angie does it.
Okay.
Wow.
No,
Did
I
you
was
see that
just-
thing that was on Facebook? Somebody put and said if you want to have fun, it was like a gasket for some Toyota motor or something like that, and have them describe it to
I
you.
posted that.
Okay.
For a '97 Toyota Tacoma.
Yeah.
Tell them you got the wrong one, and to describe it to them. Because
It
it
was
looks
fun.
like a balls and
Oh, yeah.
shaft. It's like all limp. That's what the gasket looks
Isn't
like.
that a secret society?
Balls and
Balls and
shaft.
shaft.
Wasn't that from PCU?
I think so.
I think so. Yeah.
Don't be that guy. I didn't exhale.
I didn't exhale.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I love you guys.
Why is it? It's like 70 degrees today, and it's like 53 tomorrow,
53 tomorrow and
60
chance of-
Sunday.
It's gonna be 80 Tuesday though.
Heard it's supposed
I'm
to
working
snow next
Tuesday.
week.
Good chance.
It's
It is Indiana.
Yeah.
well, like I posted on Metal Madness that like
It show
they
Yeah,
sucks.
the
Man
climate
cave's
thing.
better.
yeah that like the whole planet is like 5 degrees Celsius
Yeah.
colder than
Oh, global
it has
warming.
been.
That's
for
why
a
it's
long
global
time.
cooling.
climate change.
Climate
Yeah.
change.
That's why they went with climate change instead of global warming, because it's now going in the opposite direction.
So we need to
Yeah.
pump more sulfur in the air now? Is that what they're trying to keep people from spreading?
Put what's his name on
Carbon
it?
dioxide.
Who invented the internet?
Al Gore,
Al Gore. Put Al Gore on it.
the Pentagon.
Him and his 5 jet planes, and he wants to talk about carbon emissions.
We need what we need to do is
What
we need
we
to get
got
more
here.
green technology going by going to countries who don't follow those precepts and dump huge amounts of carbon into the atmosphere
You mean like China?
to mine the materials we need to be energy independent.
It's like
What
we're
we
gonna-
need to do is
we're going to power everything with lithium-ion batteries. It's like, have you seen a lithium mine?
Right? Have you seen a rare earth minerals mine in China? You know, they like just a couple of those machines puts more out than like one family does in an entire lifetime.
Right?
we got 8 hours of work in here. We made enough to make half of a AAA battery.
Well, the big power plant on the south side of Indy.
Mm-hmm.
I had to go. Many years ago, but they were forced to build a new tower.
The tower.
Well,
The
smokestack
Rapunzel.
with new scrubbers and stuff in it. And that guy said, he goes, pretty much that tower right there puts out the same amount of whatever it is as like 10 cars a day. And he said, now they want it even cleaner, so we have to build this new stack, which it was just insane what they make a power company go through.
Well, I remember when FiberX was at its height. You know,
when it was snowing on the football field.
Snowing in the football field, and everybody was
Right.
coming down with pneumonia. But they used to pay a guy to go into the chimney
Yeah.
like twice a month, just hand change out the filters and hand scrub the walls, and
Yeah.
Wow.
yeah, you'd be out there running, run the 40. Be right there.
That's why I have like.
Why is it snowing in August?
That's why I have a smoker's cough, and only smoked like a week of my entire life.
Well,
But I've
look
had
at-
a smoker's cough my entire
Now they
life.
Look
did
how-
studies, and FiberX was not at fault for that.
Oh, bullshit.
now, and a
I
lot of
think it
their
gave half the
waste
class MS.
they just buried there
Yeah.
at Fibrex.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and now look at all the people like at my age, you know, that have like serious health issues. You know,
like
it's like
half of our class.
Yeah.
right. It's like
It's still alive.
we spent what 8 hours a day, like right next to it.
It's snowing
Yeah.
in August.
And then
That's
you
not
turn,
snow.
yeah, and then you
Aw.
turn around and like football players running it, track players running it.
Yeah, yeah,
Tennis players wearing white. Well, it's kind of gray now.
pretty much.
Yeah.
I had a red car.
It took the
Yeah,
teachers
it's
actually
trash.
getting a hold of the EPA and saying, "Hey, it's snowing out here."
Well, we only
Right.
changed the guy that was cleaning our filters got sick and died. You wonder why?
Yeah.
Right.
And it's sloss now, though, isn't it?
Well, they paid the $1.5 billion cleanup on it.
Did they?
Had to have because
Well,
they
no,
wouldn't
no,
allow them
like-
to move in.
I
They
didn't
did
know
that,
if
and
anybody's
then
in it.
like somebody else had moved in after that from another town. They were going to like open up. They got all these abatements and whatnot to move in there with a promise of like hiring 300 new people. What they did was they ended up shutting down the other place and moved everybody over.
Yeah, because I mean the property was free. Anybody that wanted it could take it.
You just had to.
You just had to pay the $1.5 billion to clean it up.
I didn't think anybody'd ever buy that.
Well, somebody did.
The history of that property, though. I mean, on that property, the big pit that's there
Yeah.
Walking Dead.
was the pit that they had. Where they dug the
Pit
clay
of
out.
R.
Or it's a pit of despair.
Where they dug out all the clay for all of the star bricks that are all over this town.
Right.
That was the original brick.
I'm pretty
Well,
sure
now
there's
it's
probably a
fountain
couple
place.
bodies down there.
It's filled with fiber shit, so like rock wool or something.
There's a catfish walking around down there.
That was another thing. Like, Rockwool insulation was
The
created
shit.
here.
Yeah.
And it was the shit.
Yep.
It was
John's
made,
Manville.
It was created here, like right
That's
down
when
there.
that caught fire. It snowed in
I remember
August.
Fiber
when
X.
Damon lived back there. We'd be back there through them woods and watch the field. They had bulldozers out there moving just mounds of that crap around, and it looked like insulation or
Oh, I should have put that on the air.
probably shouldn't have been back there.
Why?
But,
Because it's an unknown number.
Oh,
Nor might like to be one of those. Your test results came back.
Geek Public Radio, you're live on the air.
Well, you're drug-free, but you're pregnant.
Good news. You've kicked the habit, but you're pregnant. I'm a billionaire.
Nice.
Wait a minute. Who's the father?
Hey, how you doing?
Eddie.
Don't see him enough. I get screwed at work regularly, so it's got to be one of those.
You don't have to see him very much. It only takes once, Pat.
Right.
True. Eddie, wait, this is the Me Too movement? Eddie raped me.
Pound me too.
Me too.
They
No, it's a
should've-
hashtag, man.
they
Yeah,
should've-
but
they
it says
should've
pound.
really-
Pound.
They should have really thought about that because it's the pound sign, so it's pound me too.
Pound me too.
You weren't here for like me talking about like the women's rallies where they're wearing the big vaginas.
No, I think was that tonight.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I was taking
I
it
don't-
down.
When was that, earlier?
It was
Yeah.
right before you got here.
No.
because I'm just like, I wanted to take up a collection to pay somebody to wear one of those giant inflatable penis costumes and run around and bump into them.
And then I came up with a better idea of hiring midgets dressed up in all white outfits to run around from the penis.
I wonder how.
They can hide under the nuts,
And then just come
and
out.
then they just come out. Like, just run.
You just go, Yahtzee! And they come running out.
And then you play the as they just run circles around them and try to dive through their
Yakety
heads.
sacks.
Or I wonder if you like hook
White
up a
suits
tube
covered in mayonnaise.
to the very top of it, right? Like
Or
bump
sour
into
cream.
them a couple times and use like a fire extinguisher where it comes out like a big plume up at the top.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Yahtzee! Why are they
just-
sticky? They're covered in mayonnaise. We didn't think this out.
What's
There for
That's like some of the random thoughts that I have when I see that stuff. Like, why isn't somebody down there doing that? Because it would be hilarious.
I'm pretty sure somebody is, and the cops go, "No, we don't want to deal with the fiasco this is going to cause."
Well, I'm just now thinking that political correctness has went so far that a vagina hat is okay.
Right?
So why is your vagina hat okay,
So, I
but
wonder
my
if-
giant inflatable
So-
penis
I wonder
is
if you
not?
could say that. Would they put that on the news?
Here's what we do. We shave our heads,
Oh, wait a
get a
minute.
Sharpie marker,
Just put
draw
a
a line, and we walk around headbutting these broads. Bam! Good night. Bam! Good night. Bam! Good night. You want it pounded?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you asked
pound me
for it.
too.
You don't get that it's pound me too. Would you like a pudding pop with that?
Free Jello.
Free Jello.
Walking around with free Jello sign.
Carry a sleeping bag, a pillow, and a sign that says "Free Jello."
Why am I sticky? Probably the Jello.
Jello.
Oh, the Jello.
That's my pudding pop.
That's my story anyway. Is
If anybody asks, you got touched by a pudding pop.
That was my pudding pop. Oh, jeez.
You know we're all going to hell, right?
Not yet.
I'm still trying to figure out what I do with my charging cable.
Well, if you stop looking at porn.
Is it up here or is it downstairs?
I don't
Yes.
I seen you had it downstairs.
know. Yeah,
It's
probably
probably
downstairs.
We'll look for the next break.
Which is pretty soon.
Yeah, it is pretty soon. 8:54.
Remember, we did the break. We're doing the break at
Do we
the beginning.
what?
So we got 5 more minutes to talk about
Pudding
Yeah.
pops.
it ain't shit.
Yeah, so it's after 9
Pudding
o'clock.
pops, vaginas, and Bill Cosby.
Yeah, that can't
Well,
go
that's
wrong.
Well,
That just sounds
what about-
messy.
What about the what about the challenge that they accepted that we're trying to talk Jim and Eddie into?
Wait, what?
What?
I mean, you guys done the buckshot challenge.
Oh, yeah.
We're trying
yeah.
to get Jim and Eddie to take shots.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
Jim.
Buckshot.
He was telling me about it. I don't.
I don't think
He
Jim
wasn't
can
gonna
do it. That's got a lot of sugar in it.
It'd be fine.
I just,
He was telling me about it on the way home. He tried to get him to take a shot of that one stuff, and he's like, well, I'm not.
It's good.
I would've looked
Boy,
at him
you
and said, "I
tasted
did."
for a day.
I would have just looked at him.
I
well,
told
I
him,
did.
I said that.
It's got everything you like.
They're the only two
You just need to
associated
stick a
with the
butter.
show that hasn't, with any show.
Yeah,
that
with the
hasn't-
station.
Yeah, with the station at all that hasn't taken the shot.
Well, he said he's not a big fan of maple and something or another. I don't know. I just.
I wasn't either after that, but he's got a,
I'm still saying if you shot that and then chased it with like a lick of butter or something, it might go down easier.
I'm telling you, you just need to
it
pour
won't
that
come
on
out any
pancakes.
quicker.
Oh, shit.
Pour-
Or
Pour
my,
that in a pancake mix.
Did anybody else
When you cook it, it'll cook out
the
the
next
alcohol.
day? Did anybody else smell?
Well, who says you
maple?
cook it? You just.
They're taking a leak.
It's like a thick
no,
shake.
he did when he was burping it up for 2 days.
Well,
I did
yeah.
burp for 2 days, man. I was like Monday morning. I got up from work and my CPAP machine was like pumping air into me all day. So I was like, "Brr." "Oh God, what the hell? Oh man, I don't need to be doing that."
Oh, Jesus.
That's almost. I gotta call in. Why? I'm still drunk.
All I had was one shot.
No, not me.
I've noticed the older I get, the longer my hangovers last.
That's
Yeah.
You know,
I'm
I'm
still
gonna
nursing a
commiserate-
hangover from Jim's last party. New Year,
I'm going to commiserate on this deal because we're married to people that don't have hangovers, and that's bullshit.
I've never had a hangover. I just get really sleepy.
Because I'm over here going, oh, God, I don't feel good. And my wife's like, drank 5 times more than I did. And she's like, oh, I'm good. And I'm like, dude, you were like,
How'd you like that 46
Unconscious?
ounce
If I'm not
margarita?
so hammered, I remember to drink a shitload of water before I go to bed. I'm normally not too bad.
Now you said,
Right.
what is it,
Well,
a
you know where you
glass
make
for
your
every...
mistake because you didn't hit her in the head with a hammer before you went to bed.
How did your wife do with that 46 ounce margarita? She go right to bed?
No, she's fine.
no, I was good.
No, we did find out that
Lick it past empty.
Well, she also had a shot
after
of,
drinking some
Yeah,
of that
that did
orange, orange creamsicle moonshine,
And no snore.
his
No
wife
snoring?
doesn't snore.
Maybe you should look into that more often.
If she's snoring with that machine on, there's an issue.
No, this is without the machine. This is before she got the machine.
Nice.
Because, Stafford can attest to this. You're snoring with that machine. You're not doing something right.
Yeah.
That's
Of course, my machine's been broke for over a year now, so
I got a spare at home. You want it?
That's
I'll
kind of
just
like.
die in the middle of the night.
It reminds me of like the Beverly Hillbillies and Granny.
Yeah.
Granny always wanted to give everybody moonshine for what ails them.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
It works.
Snake oil.
Better than snake oil. Yeah. They should forget about what's wrong.
Alcohol with a dab of cocaine. That used to be medicine. That was a cure-all.
Laudanum.
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 Laudanum, yeah. Opium.
Well, you saw the picture of
full of hops.
the little bottle that said Eli Lilly and Company,
Yeah.
and it was like the medicinal cannabis.
Yep.
I don't know how true it is, but I guess since Wisconsin allowed medical marijuana, somebody said that the Mayo Clinic is now doing research for marijuana.
Good.
Nice.
I didn't look it up. I'm just, somebody told me that, but
Mouses don't have cancer anymore, but the price of Funyuns has gone up tenfold.
Right?
no chocolate milk left in a 3-state area.
There's no chocolate milk, and the Funyuns are out.
Stock and Dean's just went through the roof.
Right.
That's what I want, chocolate milk. Don't know why,
That does sound pretty good.
but that's
Chocolate
what I
milk
always
always
crave
sounds
was
good.
chocolate milk.
Right. And see, that's the thing, though. If they're talking about like legalizing it in Indiana, the first thing I would want was like a Papa John's or like a Taco Bell in town, like to buy a franchise. Could you imagine?
I'm telling you, if I did that, we went to a Rapid Fire. It's called Rapid Fire Pizza.
Yeah.
You walk in there and it's like $7, and it's
Like
10-inch
12
pizza,
inch.
10 or 12 inch, any topping you want on it.
Nice.
They slap it in the oven. Like 3 minutes later, it's out the other end, boxed up. You're out the door.
There you go.
If it gets legalized here, I'd put 2 or 3 of them down around Indy.
Right.
Hey, did you guys hear about the homeless Girl Scout troop that sold like 320,000 or 32,000 boxes of cookies?
No.
The homeless Girl
Yeah,
Scout
they
troop?
it's a group that has girls from all the homeless shelters.
Okay.
So it's troop like 670 or something like that, but they sold 32,000 boxes.
That's awesome. But that's the thing, though. Like, they're starting to sell them online now. So you could,
Girl
like,
Scout
put in...
cookies?
Yeah. You could put in, like, what troop you want to buy them off of. And they'll just ship them to you.
When's my dealer?
Right. Oh, my God. Those lemon cookies, I tell you what.
Well, that one girl that was smart in Denver set it up outside the cannabis,
Yeah.
Marijuana.
sold 1,000 boxes in a day.
Well, yeah.
That's
It's like they were calling the troop leader, like, "Hey, we need more candy or more cookies." Well, no, you can get them next week. No, you don't understand. These
Worked
people were lined up a mile down the road waiting to order their boxes.
right.
Do we get any Samoas? No, we just sold out. Fuck, we got Thin Mint? No, we sold out. What do you got left?
Do-si-dos and tag-alongs.
Oh, no dosey do.
These damn cranberry ones.
We got,
Damn cranberry.
we got the trefoils. Nobody wants the trefoils.
We got the cranberry ones. I'll take it.
Right.
Because you
Said, what's in the box?
give me the box.
What's in the box?
Somebody
How
somebody
much for
shit in
the
this box.
van,
We'll take it.
man? How much for the van?
I'm telling you, though.
Van's
like,
not for sale, man.
that
No one
that
picked
girl
up.
is...
That's cheating.
We'll be back
See-
after these messages.
Yeah, we have to take a break. Topher's now holding a sign that says
Unless
break.
it's Saturday morning.
Carl's Jr. is getting impatient.
That's
Unless
fine.
it's Saturday morning
Carl's
cartoons.
Jr.
Cars Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember watching Saturday morning cartoons where they're like, after these messages,
We'll be
we'll
right.
be right back.
All right, we'll be back, guys.
You're listening to the Man Cave right here on Geek Public Radio with your hosts, Pat Brooks and Bill Maddox. You can find out more by checking out the Facebook page, facebook.com/GPR The Man Cave. And now, our hosts, Pat and Bill.
And
Well,
And hump.
we got more. We have like a whole
We have a plethora of people.
A plethora, like a cornucopia of people.
A bunch.
Yeah. Huh?
I got your cornucopia.
Not cornuholacopia.
Call Shedmar. Get him in here.
Ronnie, you're like a child that wanders in the middle of a conversation.
But
Yeah,
But
there
seriously.
is. The Italian government granted Italian citizenship to Alfie on Tuesday
Yep.
and applied for the foreign secretary's permission to intervene. They had nothing.
I did, however, see. I'm
I got
wondering.
many of the moochers
Damn,
stuck in my head.
The Pope came to visit. The Pope visited.
Wow.
That's man. You gotta have some balls to say no to the Pope,
Right.
whether you're believing in him or not.
Right. Because I bet you.
There.
Yeah, I know.
Because I bet you the Pope has some like really secretive,
Oh wow! This-
secret squirrel ninjas that if he really wanted to send them out.
They're the Swedish Guard.
Are you guys
Oh,
ready
yeah.
for this? You're gonna love this. A representative of the Italian embassy attended the hearing and stated Stephen Hawking couldn't breathe or feed on himself on his own either.
That's a good point.
Oh, what do you mean?
Oh, what it is just turned into a big pissing match.
Right.
Well, it's just a
basically what it
Christian
is.
concern. Oh my god!
Yeah,
I hate British people. What? Their dicks are bigger than us? Bomb them!
Well, that's the reason why that we're not British. We're
We said
American.
no.
Sounds to me like we need to bring some freedom to that hospital.
Let's bring some hate. I mean, help! Help! Let's bring some help.
Hey, give me a plane ticket. I'll go get him over
7.62 millimeter at a time. I can guarantee you there's 5 of us out here and there's 2 of you in that room. You might get 1 of us. You might get 2 of us. But you're going to lose. How did you get that
man.
into this country? Get what into this country? I bought this here. I'm armed with a screwdriver and a pitchfork. You're going
telling you.
down. You know they started doing that, don't you?
Doing what?
They put signs up on these bins stationed around town of England.
Buy back of pitchforks.
No, it says
Monster awareness.
It says you don't need this, and it's a knife drop off.
You had a knife drop off?
Technically, a person that has a carpenter's license wearing his tool belt downtown can be arrested for terrorism.
Yeah, it has to be. I guess they've always had laws about what size knife you could carry, and well, now that they don't
Not
have
in
guns,
Indiana.
well, talking
People are
about
getting
over there,
stabbed. These people are getting stabbed.
people are getting stabbed.
Well, right, because people, there are people who will try to hurt other people no matter what it is, whether
Right.
it be a gun, whether it be a knife, whether it be a car,
see.
baseball bat.
Next thing you know, they're going to have to be like start registering hammers.
Hey, here's
I'm just glad we rented that van last year because that's going to be the next thing banned.
Yeah.
Rental vans, rental
Big
trucks.
yeah.
You can't rent anything bigger
Well-
than a Geo Metro before they're said and done.
Well, no, you won't be able to rent any vans that have no windows.
Because that's the dangerous ones.
That's the dangerous ones. You can't see what's in the back of them.
Yeah.
Kane used a rock.
All right, those will be considered assault vans.
Abel didn't.
All right, and they'll only
Abel's
come.
a liberal.
All right, and they'll only come in white
Oh, it's
because
racist.
everybody knows that the black vans are the assault vans.
No, it was a white one
'Cause-
they used in Toronto. So
Oh,
your
yeah.
logic's already flawed.
We need to have nothing but black vans because they're
Gray.
not racist.
That'd be silver vans. They'll be all silver.
Wizard-
It's got to be a
Well,
color neutral, a neutral color.
brown.
Yeah.
It'll be brown
Oh man, it's
because rifles with wood stocks aren't as dangerous as rifles with like all black stocks, right?
What the hell is wrong with you?
Somebody had something the other day. It was on there. It says, in the name alone, LBGT. Doesn't that just say that there's only 2 sexes?
Doesn't indicate
Yeah.
there's only 2
And
genders.
doesn't bi indicate 2 genders?
Right?
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, there you go.
what the-
No, I was just agreeing with you guys. That's right. Can't be bisexual anymore.
I always thought it meant like liquor, guns, bacon,
Tomato.
And trampolines.
tits.
Tits and toner trampolines, LGBTQT, whatever.
Is that some funny name sandwich you come up with?
Ooh.
LGBT, liquor, guns, bacon, and tits. That's what I call an LG. No,
A
Just kidding.
barracuda.
Ooh, barracuda. No, I mean,
I don't know why that's on a bikers only page. But...
see, I don't understand why everybody's like upset about that. It's like, listen, I don't care. I guess that's why I'm like libertarian. It's like, I don't care what you do.
Be what you want to be.
Right.
Be what you think you are. Hell, I don't care.
You're not trying to force it on me. I don't care. All right. You
Are
love
you trying to
another
mess
guy.
with my pooper? Nope.
No.
Then I don't care.
Right. Yeah. You're in love with another woman. Great. Go. Be happy. Have a nice day. You love with another man. Great. Are you happy? Go be happy. I don't care. As long as you're not trying to force me.
The only time I care is when people start pushing for things that take things away from me.
Don't
Right.
ask for special treatment.
It's like,
Pretty simple.
well, you can't do yada yada yada. You can't say those words. The word. Whatever happened to like sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Now
That's
it's
because
sticks
words.
and stones may break my bones, but words will kill me.
Yeah.
That's because sticks and stones make fires, and that melts snowflakes.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't get it.
No, I'm like, but seriously, it's like,
Because if I got like that shade of upset about every time somebody like said something about me, I would have lost it a long time ago.
right?
Like
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
like-
care.
I
You know,
don't-
there's people out there that call me all sorts of names. I've never done anything to them, but you know what?
I'm serious. I don't care. It's like, why is it such a big deal? Why? But why is it you want to make something I enjoy, bad?
Mhm.
It's like
I'm over here saying that anything you want to do for yourself and in your life, go ahead and have at it. And you're telling me that I can't enjoy something in mine?
unless what I'm doing is infringing on your rights, leave me the hell alone.
Mm-hmm.
If I want to dance naked in my backyard, well, guess what? I should be able to, because
You don't have any neighbors nearby.
I don't have any neighbors. And if it's in the backyard, I'm blocked by the road, so I'm not offending anyone driving down the road. But, oh, my God. Did you see that big fat man out there dancing?
Bigfoot.
It's a big...
Bigfoot. Well, that explains some of them sightings. Okay, now
I just need a big furry coat.
I don't know why this question just popped in my head, but you got certain places where being naked's allowed. Do they have to put a fence up? Do they have to
Yes.
special zoning?
Yes,
Do
they
have to...
they have to have a fence up. You cannot be visible from the road.
Well, what about them housing communities they keep showing down in Florida on that show they had on for a couple of years?
Those are actually gated,
They're gated? Okay.
and they have big privacy fences around the property.
Just wondered.
Yep. And even then, like, there's certain areas of the nudist camp or whatever that nudity isn't allowed. All right.
Like the kitchen, hopefully?
Yeah, well, the kitchen, of course, but like the dining areas and stuff like that,
Yeah.
there's no nudity. If you want to sit outside and eat, like on the patio or whatever, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think
But
you do. At least have to
actually
cover
go in.
yourself in a towel, right?
No, like you go to eat, you better have like shoes, pants.
Excuse me, waiter. His
But
milk is
that's,
in my salad. Oh, sorry.
Is that a health code thing or just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
But everything else, you go down to the beach.
I guess I can understand preparing the food while you'd have to. I just don't understand why you'd have to be required to be clothed to eat it.
So nothing gets anybody else's food.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's my wag. That's my wild ass guess of why.
Okay. No, I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
Like, excuse me, waiter.
But-
There's a pube in my soup.
Right?
It's yours.
Be
But-
quiet. Everybody will want one.
But from the people that I've talked to that lived at a resort like that, that's like the one place like everybody dressed
Was to eat.
to go eat because it's a health code thing.
That makes sense.
You
To-
want to play
to a point.
volleyball?
Can you imagine that?
Go do it. Swim? Go do it.
The inspector
do
comes in. He goes,
whatever.
"All right, I'm ready to go." Oh dear God!
You can do anything
Put
but...
some clothes on.
Yeah, you can do anything but eat.
Right?
My question is how come it's always the people you don't want that go to those places?
Right.
It's like,
The other thing you can look up that they do down in Florida is down in the
You don't have to
Keys.
go very far. There's 3 within 1 block in Roselawn.
No, I'm just saying, like
There's one in Bloomington.
The other thing that's interesting that happens down in Florida is down in the Keys they have Fantasy Fest.
Didn't we used to deliver ice to a nudist camp?
I don't know.
It was down around Richmond.
I never went down to it
Chris
I've heard
always
of
sent
Fantasy
Dad.
Fest.
because he knew that we would hang out. Hey, how you doing? My name's Bill. I'm a Taurus.
So, Fanny, is that like Mardi Gras?
Yeah, but I think it's a little bit more like nudity, like just like straight up nudity than
What Mardi Gras is?
Yeah,
They just showing off. They don't have to get beads to do it.
right. The people will like paint their whole bodies like nude, and then they'll just paint stuff all over.
Now, didn't they start doing that in Times Square, too?
The beads.
No, women body paint, basically.
Yeah, as long as your nips are covered, they don't care. So you can put those little pasties on and then paint your body.
Well, because they said at one time, I remember one time they had people out there in costumes, and if you take a picture, and that's how they made a living, because, give me a buck and you can take your picture, so he's doing that, and then it progressed slowly to where women figured out that if they just painted their bodies and covered stuff up, that they were allowed to do the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, Austin, Texas is they don't, on 6th Street, the bar block, basically, 6th Street, that's nudity is allowed. But for men, they have to be, everything can be shown except for the head, the helmet, so to speak.
So they finally allow ball cleavage.
Yeah, because there was a guy called, they
Show a little neck.
he called himself a cowboy guy, and he was wearing a cowboy hat and nothing else except a little cover over his helmet.
Helmet on his helmet?
Yeah, he had a helmet on his helmet, and the derby girls that we went to Austin with were lining up in groves to take the picture with him.
Where'd it go?
He looked like Billy Gibbons on steroids. What are you doing?
I'm trying to find some of the. Okay, here's one of the outfits from Fantasy Fest.
That looks like a good time.
Is she a gypsy? The guy in the red shirt, you're paying attention.
Yeah.
And that's like one of the
Did
milder
you see
ones.
the creepy look on the dude behind her?
What?
That doesn't look like a creepy look. That looks like a guy who's having fun.
And he's like, I can put things to you in my
Holy
trunk.
crap.
Like
Oh, there's a funny thing, though. You can have nudity on 6th Street, but you can't spit.
that's funny.
It's a $50 fine if they
So
catch
she's
you
got to
spitting.
swallow.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that why you gotta have a helmet on the helmet?
I think so.
There you go.
That's why you gotta have the helmet covered.
They just walk around in body paint.
That's all that is.
Mhm.
Is she giving directions? Is that what that's supposed to be?
Yeah, yeah,
For the love of God, where do you want to eat? This way, this way, this way, this way.
yeah. It's just like, but it's just like it's
Spectacles,
a big,
testicles, wallet, and watch.
big,
Big
huge,
party.
big, huge party. People dress up in wild costumes or no costumes or half a costume.
Whatever you feel like.
Well,
You should go to the Green Giant. Ho, ho, ho.
Nobody wants to see me in green tights. I'm just telling you right now. Nobody wants to see me in a big, giant green suit.
Oh, that's funny.
What?
Stafford, that's funny. Whoever put the back pain medicine on the bottom shelf is a dick.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why I got one of those, like,
I got 2 of them in there.
yeah,
You got?
Harbor Freight.
I think they got them at the Dollar Tree.
I got mine at Harbor Freight. I had a coupon. They were
Did you
$2.
see Harbor Freight's new catalog? There's a lot of nice stuff in there.
Yes, I have it out in the car.
I was going to bring it because I was like, nah, they'll have it.
Yeah, Harbor Freight sends me catalogs. Were you kidding me? Is there anybody in this room that doesn't get a Harbor Freight catalog?
I don't know, but I'm watching about a glass of blunt. What
See?
the hell? What is wrong with my feet? Come on.
It's
I
your
don't
feed.
know.
Yeah, like I'm sitting around watching how to roll a blunt.
I already know how to. I mean,
I
my
don't
job,
know
I-
what
I-
you're talking
You
about.
might be out of practice unless you know you're
Let's see. I've had a CDL since I was 21, so I'm pretty sure I have no freaking clue how to roll one.
Well, see, there you go.
I do. Here, roll that.
Do this.
Don't lick it. Oh,
You just ruined it.
that's the 5th one today. Wait a minute. There's a pattern here.
Oh, it's in the Fred Flintstone car. I don't know. I'm
Did you see
half
Topher
tempted
found an
to.
old 550 LTD? Yeah.
The guy has yet to answer me. Like, I've messaged him like 4 times.
Trying to ask you if he'll
Yeah.
take 500 for it.
No, I just wanted like any information.
Well,
Like,
he said
hey,
it runs.
Yeah, but no, I'm like, hey, I'm interested. And nothing.
What it is his
Where'd you
wife
find
making
it
him
at?
sell it.
It's in Marion.
His-
Faceballs.
the wife's making him sell it, and if he doesn't answer, he doesn't have to sell it.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know what contacted me.
He's got he's got like 4 or 5 vehicles up, and this, that, and the other. Like, it's like what he does apparently.
He's trying to sell his neighbor's car.
Probably. But that happens a bunch on Facebook, it seems, because like I found a
Faceballs.
Faceballs.
Baseballs, the movie.
Baseball is the movie.
I found a car I wanted to use as a donor to get my slitation back on the road, right? And I message him, and then finally, like 3 months later, I get a message. Oh, it's sold. I'm like, okay.
Thanks, because I've been trying to get some information on this like the day you started.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Spaceballs. Could they make that movie today?
Spaceballs?
Yes.
Yes.
That one could still be
that
made.
one
Yeah.
could still be made.
Because the only thing they're really making fun of are assholes.
I mean, could they do History of the World?
Maybe.
Ooh.
Maybe.
Got a
The
hell of a
minute you
lot better
make-
chance than the other one.
The minute you mention Hitler on ice, I don't think it's going to fly.
No.
Jews in space.
They turned the producers into a Broadway play, Pat. Hitler's not offensive anymore if you're making fun of him.
Right.
Only
It's
you know,
springtime for
for
Hitler in Germany.
Jews in.
No, I'm just thinking Spaceballs the one. Has anybody found? We ain't found shit.
Then,
But they'd probably remake it, but they'd probably be forced to cut that out.
yeah, I think.
I'm
you're-
guessing.
Yeah. I mean, you could do like a,
and the other right.
I bet she gives great helmet.
she doesn't look Jewish.
Yeah.
It'd probably be Pete that would
Pretty
throw a
good.
fit because the way people treat barf.
Pretty good for a girl. Shit, honey, that was good for Rambo.
Right. I don't want to go home and watch that now.
I own it.
Ding,
I
ding,
own it.
ding, 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 ding.
What movie
I see your shorts is as big as mine.
would you
I
think?
can't remember. I was new as Schwartz and
Like if you heard somebody say like, "Oh, I've never watched that movie." What would be one of those movies that like you would say, "What do you mean you've never seen?"
Star Wars.
I know a lot of people who haven't.
Well,
And I wanna-
from past
Star Wars isn't a.
from past experience with Bill,
His wife.
that movie was Top Gun, because when I told him I'd never seen Top Gun, I about got the shit slapped out of me.
Like you never seen Top Gun?
I was like, no, I've heard enough people talk about it. I feel like I've seen the whole thing. Why do I need to watch it? You're watching
Everybody
Top
wanted
Gun.
to be Tom Cruise going to the danger zone in his F-14
Danger
I
zone.
Tomcat.
didn't care about flying. I just wanted the gal.
I know one movie most people have seen is it would surprise me would be Princess Bride.
Right?
It's a good movie.
Right.
As
He's
as
right
long
though,
as,
because
as
it
long as
came
you're
out
not
and
talking
failed
to like
in the movie
a
theaters.
15,
Did it?
Yes.
12 and under.
Yeah, yeah.
The
It's
Princess
like-
Bride failed in the movie theaters and then became a cult classic when they released it
Damn.
on tape.
I tell you what, it's got the best line I've ever heard in a movie.
As you wish.
No, at the end of it when he's like, promise me power, promise me anything, all that you want and more, whatever you ask is yours. And he runs him through and says, I want my father back, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
And that's the best line, hands down, I've ever heard in any movie.
Yes, but what's the
Princess
most memorable line ever made that's in that movie?
As
Do
you
what?
wish.
No, the most memorable line ever said ever.
My name is Inigo Montoya.
Exactly.
Kill my father, prepare to die.
Yep.
Unless you're watching the Indy 500, then
My-
it's...
And if you ask, what's his name, Mandy?
My name is Juan Montoya.
I
Montoya.
won the Indy 500.
I won the Indy 500.
What's the guy's name with Pac? What's
Mandy
Mandy?
Potemkin.
Yeah, Potemkin.
Or something like that.
Says he
Potemkin.
hates it because it's the first thing everybody wants to hear him say when they come up a meeting.
Oh, I believe it.
Inconceivable.
Yeah, inconceivable.
Well, did you see the
I don't think the word
Culligan?
means what you think it means.
Did you see the Culligan commercial?
Hey, call again.
It's
Oh
got,
yeah, inconceivable.
Where like he's like doing all this stuff. It's like with water, and his daughter's like, "Yeah, I want a glass of water with some ice cubes in it." Blah blah blah. He's like, "As you wish."
Yeah,
As you wish.
Yeah.
Then he's
Sure.
talking to his neighbor, right? And he hands him like this glass of softened
Pure
Culligan
water,
water
yeah.
or whatever. And the guy takes a drink it, and he's like, "Inconceivable."
That's a good. Yeah, that's a good.
Nice.
Commercial. Very always.
I'm just like, oh my god, that
It
is
was like, I don't
hilarious.
get it. Oh my god.
Airplane.
Yes.
Airplane would be another one of
It's
those
been
movies.
a long time since I've seen
I was gonna say,
Airplane.
Break out the
it's been a
VCR,
long, long
boys, because
time.
I have both.
We were quoting Airplane earlier today.
Rapunzel, Rapunzel.
The tower, Rapunzel, Rapunzel. The plot gets thicker, and Leon's getting larger.
But
Stevens, what can you make of this?
And
I
don't
can
call
make
me
a hat,
Shirley.
a brooch.
Surely you just.
don't call me Shirley.
I don't jest and
Don't
call
call
me
me
Shirley.
Shirley.
A hospital.
What is
What
it?
is it?
It's a building with a bunch of sick people in it. But that's not
That's the
important right now.
But that's another like one of those movies that if somebody said, "Yeah, I've never seen Airplane."
Now you know
What
the
the-
funny thing
what the
about
what?
Airplane is that in Airplane 2 it relives some of the gags in Airplane 1, like the chick getting the crap beat out of her. She's telling her story on the stand, and then she gets the crap beat out of her again. Perry Mason beats the crap out of her.
Or the one chick, she's like, "Well,
Excuse
if
me,
we're
officer,
gonna go
I
down,
speak jive.
you know, I've spent all my life, you know,
I've never
not."
felt the touch of my hand before.
There's like a big long list.
Oh, the
of
big
guys.
long
The
line,
creepy
yeah.
dude with the cigarette jingling the change in his pants.
Wasn't the Harry Krishna guy?
Yeah, they
standing in
were
line
there.
too. Yeah, they were in line too.
And then they said, assume crash positions, and everybody's up and running around. And then the biggest tit shot. She just runs in front of the camera, bouncy, 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 and walks right off. That's 1980s fun right there. That's the Zucker Brothers, man.
It's like the guy who was shaving in the
Yeah, then he
Oh,
puts
yeah.
the speed. What is it? Not the green aftershave.
Brute.
Oh no.
No,
Oh,
something shave.
Aqua Velva.
Yeah, I
Was
think
it no?
Electric Shave.
It's electric shave, but it was the brand name. Like Brute is,
Well, there's Electric Shave.
God, it was something. I don't know,
Anyway.
but he put that on. He's like, puts his head.
But I mean, that's one of those movies that you're like, what do you mean?
The chick that answers the phone in the middle of the night and says
Like-
she has to leave, and the horse gets up out of the bed.
All right, I mean, because there's
There's food in the fridge.
There's movies that I've seen that some people would just be like, why did you even watch that?
Well,
you know.
like you said, I don't think Airplane could be made right now because of so many, people get hurt, butt hurt.
Not as butthurt as they would over Blazing Saddles.
no.
Right.
Blazing Saddles
like-
would end up in court.
I've watched like Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. All right, not a lot of people
You
have
could even
seen
make Barbarella now.
Priscilla, Queen of the Desert.
Amazon
think
Women
I've
on the
seen
Moon. You
Yeah,
couldn't make it.
it's like Tu Wong Fu,
Yeah.
Thanks for everything.
Julie.
I don't know
Newmar.
if you could make that now, and it'd be for the.
I'm sure you could.
I don't know.
mean,
I'm trying to think of the word that people, the attorney.
but like Priscilla, Queen of the Desert is just like a bunch of queens, like drag queens,
Yeah.
that have this big pink bus and they're driving across the Australian outback.
Well, I mean, could you
Could you
remake
make,
Flash
like-
Gordon?
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Probably. Flash Gordon, could you remake that?
Flash.
That'd be hard to do.
Save
Be worth a
every one
shot
of us.
though. Mark Wahlberg, I can see Mark Wahlberg just because of Ted.
Him being Flash, that would be awesome. Mark Wahlberg as Flash Gordon.
But you could see you could have the original Flash show up, like he could be in the pit.
He could
with
be the
frogmen.
evil guy.
Yeah, huh?
He could be the evil guy.
The evil, oh,
Ming the Merciless.
Ming.
Oh, that'd be everybody would go. Nope, done.
No, you and I both know who needs to be Ming the Merciless.
Who's that?
Cornwell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, Max
Randy.
Van Shadow.
Yeah.
He
Oh
could
my
redo
That
it.
dude looks just like Ming the Merciless,
Right,
doesn't he?
especially now that he shaves his head.
Yeah.
Didn't the guy
Let me
that
find
played the judge in Judge Dredd, didn't he play Ming? Max Van Shadow?
You know, I don't know if he was Ming in that or not.
He played a good one. He's still alive, isn't he?
I don't know.
Max Van Sydow.
Randy Cornwell needs to be Ming the Merciless.
Randy Quinn. Or Randy,
You know who I'm talking
Cousin
about?
I know
Eddie.
you're talking
Cousin
about.
Eddie.
Cornwell
Randy Quaid.
needs to be Ming the Merciless.
It
I'm
would,
telling
yeah,
Somebody show me
that
a
would
picture.
fit.
you. Yeah, well, you've seen the way he does his beard. It looks just like. I was like, it's creepy.
Yeah, as soon as I heard that name coming out of your mouth, I was like, yeah.
Here. That's him.
Who's that?
Oh, my.
Oh, yeah.
Ming the Merciless, buddy.
Was that a friend of yours?
Yep.
Yeah, we worked with him at the prison.
He's
Show Chambers.
Okay.
Oh, my God. He started. Jesus. Who played him?
Right?
Who? Max Van Sydow?
Man, it is Max Van
Yep.
Shadow. Yep.
But seriously, he seriously looks like Ming the Merciless. I mean, super nice guy.
Yeah.
I
Huge,
mean,
huge Spider-Man fan.
Oh yeah, Spider-Man tattoos
Who,
all up his arms.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're going to have Mark Wahlberg as Flash, who's going to play
Vulcan?
the Vulcan dude and the chick and the doctor? Or
good
Princess. Princess Aurora. Or
So I can
Timothy
see
Dalton as a...
I can see the princess being played by like one of the gals that played elves in The Lord of the Rings.
Voltan needs to be played by the guy who did
Olivia Wilde.
the king in Game of Thrones.
No, you lost me. I've never seen it.
I've never seen Game of
Wait,
Thrones.
who?
There's another one. I'm like
Robert Baratheon?
Yeah.
Is that who you're talking about? Don't remember his name.
Okay, so you got Voltan, Prince Baron,
You know what? Just have
Clytus
the dude
could
that
be
played
played by
Hagrid
anyway.
do it.
Buck Rogers.
Yeah.
Have the dude that played Hagrid do it. Have
Mark
Oh,
Addy.
okay, there you go. I can see that. Voltar.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mark
okay.
Addy
What the
Yeah.
hell am I
for
doing?
Voltan.
Oh.
Mark Addy.
Zoltan.
or John Rhys Davies.
No, the
Zoltan.
But who would
Zoltan.
play Dale Arden? I mean, come on, that'd be...
Dude, where's your car? Where's my car, dude? Dude. Where's your car?
Dude.
We watched. What's funny is like we did a stupid comedy day, and like my daughter watched them with me, right? And that was one of them. Dude, where's my car?
Did you watch Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle?
I don't have that one.
Bubble
my
Boy.
I mean, come on.
Yeah,
He's got a deep voice.
Yeah.
you know. Then like we watched. I was amazed,
How about
like 'cause
Zarkov?
my wife had never seen like Dazed and Confused.
Timothy Dalton.
Really?
Just bring
Yeah. So we
Prince
watched.
Baron. I guess Timothy Dalton could reprise his role.
It's like you've never heard what's his name do. All right.
All right.
McConaughey?
She's like, yeah. I've heard him say that, but I've never. I was like, okay, we're watching it.
You gotta watch. Yeah, this is where it comes from.
This is where it comes from.
Do you know how close Alec is to that school? We just didn't get paddles to beat the crap out of the freshmen.
You know what? We made him that summer
We what?
for the class that came in like after we graduated. We made him for the next freshman class.
I'm just, I don't know. I still want to see the what's supposed to be like number 2, but I haven't had a chance.
What do you mean number 2?
They
opposite of number 1.
Who's number 2?
I don't think I want to be looking at number
What is
2.
number 2 work for?
that's right, buddy. You tell that.
Rest in peace, Vern Troyer.
No,
no.
like they did Dazed and Confused, and there's they did a movie.
Something from the 80s, ain't it?
Yeah.
Well, they were talking about
Yeah,
remaking 16 Candles.
Oh man.
Somebody
no.
said they were going to do a special, like a TV special, based on the movie Heathers.
Yeah, but I think that got shut down.
Yeah, I
Christian
think
Slater
before they
and-
actually started filming it or whatever.
Well, this is called. You put in Dazed and Confused 2, and it's called Everybody
Want some?
Want some?
Yeah, because Dazed and Confused 2 was already remade. It was made, and everybody wants them.
Yeah, but
It's supposed to be about the next day.
like I know a
No,
lot of
it's
guys. No, this is like the 80s
Yeah, this is 80s.
because a bunch
No,
of the
I mean,
guys.
Rather than football players, it's baseball players.
A
Foosball.
few of
You and
the
your friends go play in the foosball?
The foosballs.
a few of the guys that I know that have like 80s cars, like my Citation or whatever, they actually got paid because their cars are like period perfect down to the tires and everything.
Yeah.
So they actually like took
Lord
some of their
knows
cars.
people will pick that out just because you don't have the right tire on a.
Tiger paws weren't made back in the 80s. Oh, for the love of God.
Usually it's the wheels.
wheels,
Wheels.
There-
Yeah, Craigers. Everything was Craigers.
There wasn't
White walls.
Corvette rallies in 55.
yeah, there wasn't a Corvette rally on in 55.
The only place I'd see that would be possible to do or right to do, auction. It's a period correct piece. No, it's not. But the worst
So-
person usually busts their out are the announcers in car auctions. Well, if you know the rally wheels weren't made in 63, they were made in 65. They just put 65 wheels on a 63. Dude.
You know what? If it saves me a few thousand at auction, though.
Normally, when they say something like that, it saves you about 20 grand.
Yeah.
No, it has to. If they're saying it's all original, it has to be proven all original. So when it comes up there and it's got 65 wheels on a 63, they pretty much have to let people know.
Yeah.
You know, this is close to original, but the wheels are different. And
I like how they said the other day I was watching that Markham auto auction. They said
Meekum.
Meekum. They said this is a 1968 Chevelle. Blah blah blah. Now, however, it did come standard but they put a bigger motor in. It's like
Yeah. Or they'll.
Well, there's with that price.
Now they'll even say, like, okay, this is a tribute car, this is a clone.
yeah,
Yep.
clones are popular as hell right now.
what's the?
You know what depressed me was I saw a 1990 anything on there, and I was like, really?
People will buy something that tweaks their usually. You
It was
see
like an
Yugos
old.
go
It was like a
quickly.
'91 Camaro or something. With whichever one was the turd nose. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, the
right after
slim-
pointy
the-
nose.
it was
Yeah,
right
it had the
before
pointy
IROC
nose. I was like,
came
what is
It
this
was like
retarded?
94, I think. They
Yeah, it,
started
it
doing
was
that.
one of those, but it was
You
up
got
there. I
an
was like,
87?
Nine.
really? And it was
89.
just, it was pretty average, for the year.
It
Wasn't
was right
nothing
after they went
special.
from metal to fiberglass.
Unless it
Yeah.
was like the black and white one that had the
No, it was
the
purple.
colored.
It was purple.
Oh, that's
I was
special.
like, what?
I about bought a '98 SS,
Yeah.
but the insurance was
way too much.
made me get a truck.
Right.
What do
I
you
did,
mean a teenager's driving that? We'll just double everything.
I wasn't a teenager in '98.
There's
Sure
like
you
there's like been a couple of cars I've come across that I wish I would have had like a few $100 to go buy. Believe it or not, one of them was a 1982 Camaro.
That's the first year of the body change, isn't it?
Yep, it was blue and
That
silver.
was
It had the
81.
bright silver interior.
It might have been 82.
The one I wish I would have had was I've only seen one of them, the McLaren Tune Grand Prix.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It
yeah.
was sitting on a car lot in Anderson.
My old Camaro's sitting over on 900 in Ellick.
Oh, yeah,
They painted it black.
of course.
Spray painted it black.
No, the
Bastards.
82, the Camaro was a pace car. This was an actual
Pace car.
pace car. And I'm like, they're like, oh, we did this, we did that, and I'm just like, ah. So I sent the guy a message. All right, I sent the guy the message. I'm like, okay, so you took the original injection off of it. I was like, did you keep it? Well, yeah, it's in a box. I'm like, okay, but because it had the crossfire injection, which was like the big
Big deal that year. Yeah.
Ugh.
But T-tops, I wanted to go get it.
Yep.
What's that?
My wife was a teenager in '98.
Your wife's a teenager now. Oh, wait.
But I just like,
Go Eagles. Sorry.
Because like a lot of those '80s cars are starting to bring bigger money when they're restored. Like, I saw one of those 80s, pace cars.
Something besides a Buick.
Yeah.
What was the little white car your dad used to own?
Caprice?
The Caprice.
Yeah, that Caprice was awesome.
1982 Chevy Corvette Crossfire injection for sale.
And the Crossfire injections.
How about the 82 Chevy Celebrity?
The only thing you have to watch is, like, they have to be identical because it's got two throttle bodies.
Hey, did you guys hear that Ford's going to stop making everything except the F-150, the F-Series truck, and the Focus?
I do know that any name that Ford has for one of their vehicles is a lot funnier if you put anal in front of it.
I sent that out.
Speaking of which, they're bringing the Ranger back next year.
Anal probe,
well,
anal
I mean,
excursion.
they're going to stop making
Anal Ranger.
They're going to stop making all vehicles except the F-Series trucks and the Focus, because they said those are the top 2 selling vehicles.
They're still planning on bringing the Ranger back next year, though.
I doubt they do.
Might have changed their
something
mind now.
that extreme.
Because they're not making it. I mean, they're still making money. Like the F-Series, the F-150 is the most top-selling truck in the last 3 years.
I miss my Ranger.
I saw your Ranger. I told you.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a little misleading. Okay.
Not really.
Yeah, it is. All right, because
If it's bought and sold.
No. Ford calls all of their trucks the F-Series. So everything from the half-ton all the way up to the F600 and F700 is all considered F-Series trucks. If you break it down to where you compare the Chevrolet, GM, whatever half-ton truck sales to Ford's half-ton truck sales, Chevy sells more.
I don't think so.
Yep.
Yes. I've actually looked it up. Like, legit looked up half-ton truck sales.
Well, yeah, they got to sell more because, they're breaking down all the time and people have to replace it.
Coming from a guy that drove a Ranger, that's blasphemy. Get the fuck out of the room.
My Ranger's still on the road. You just said you seen it running around.
I
the other
did,
day.
and it still sounds the same, too.
Yeah.
That's what caught me about it, too.
You can't kill it.
I heard it go by, and I was like, "Whoa,
It will not die.
she won't die."
Blasphemy. Blasphemy.
All right. All I know is this.
That's why I stick with AMC because they've got Ford parts too.
Up until 2 summers ago, the air conditioning on my 74 Chevy truck still worked.
Mine still works on my 88 Jeep.
Did your window crank brake?
No,
You
the
said
actual
up until the other day it worked, so
No,
I assume you broke the handle.
no 2 years ago, the
2x55. Nice.
the actual Frigidaire air conditioning system,
Nobody calls that.
like
The Frigidaire.
right. The original R12 Frigidaire AC in that truck still worked. And I think it's just the switch, to be honest. But 73, 74 was the first years for the square body. And they used a different style of air conditioning system than the later ones. So nobody sells the repair parts for it.
What is it they said that
Might have
it takes
raccoons
so
out there,
long
too.
Huh?
Might have raccoons out there getting into it and stealing your copper pipe and shit.
Probably.
little bastards? It's the 3rd time this week.
Yeah, stealing.
But what was it they said that the car has to be in production so many years before they start making replacement parts for it? Or
I
something
don't know.
stupid like that?
I've never heard that.
And then
No,
once the
it's
car-
not that. It's you can't get replacement parts for them because they haven't.
They're so new.
They're
They're
still
so brand
making
new.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like my work truck.
Everyone that's
You
being
have
made,
to-
the parts going on a brand new car.
Yeah, you have to
There's no
get it from
surplus.
a
And then-
dealership.
What is it once a car goes out of production? They make parts for it for 10 years?
Most of the time.
Yeah, okay.
I know they don't make a Beretta hood.
I know for the longest time, I would just ask my dad, and he would pick up some car parts for me.
Somehow I see your
Hey,
dad
Dad.
meeting somebody in the dark alley going, "I'll give you $5 for that part." All right, come on, let's go.
No, it's like, hey, Dad, I need to
Buying
rebuild.
guns out of the back of a van.
I need to rebuild my alternator. He just go walk over to the assembly line.
This one's faulty.
I need this for testing purposes.
Hey, my alternator went out. Well, bring it over. Well, here you go, and it's pumping out more than it ever did now.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Dad, I broke this pen. Well, give me a day.
Right.
Yeah, your dad. Oh, well, they break like this. Hold on a minute. I'll make something better.
Call that government work.
What was it your dad said one time? If I'm working, GM's losing money.
Yep. Exactly.
What'd you do today, Dad? Well, I read a book. Which one? War and Peace.
I'm
Are
serious.
you serious? He goes, if I'm working, they're losing money.
Yeah, because, I mean, skilled trades, they only work when something is broken. All right? So, if something is broken, they're not making parts, and they're not producing vehicles, they're not making any money.
Because I remember one day, he actually, I was over at your house, and he showed up, and he was, like, dirty as hell. And I was like, you're like, bad day, Dad? And he's like, well, I'll tell you what, I cost GM some money today.
Right.
He goes, there wasn't one damn machine running today, and I don't know what the hell happened. Everybody showed up with their idiot hats on.
Yeah. And then you have some guys that would wreck machines just on purpose.
Yep. So they can sit there.
Yep.
What are you doing? You're still on break? My machine's down. Well,
Yeah.
that's what happens when you throw a wrench
But-
into it.
And then finally, like, my dad told the guy one time, he's like, listen, if you want this machine to shut down and it not cause me a lot of problems, this is how you do it. And,
I can see your dad showing him how to break it.
all right, because, well, the guy would throw
Just
throw
flip the
something
breaker.
in the tooling stamp or whatever, and it would jack the whole thing up, so they had to take it out and rebuild the whole thing. And he got pissed. He was like, if you do that one more time.
I'm telling.
Don't they know you destroy the first machine, not the last one, the first one.
All right.
That way everybody else is down.
But you also got to realize, that was back in the day when,
We used to play paintball with the guys on third shift. Well, gotta go clock out. It's lunchtime. What?
my uncle was telling me a guy bought a Toyota truck, right? Drove it into the parking lot up there at Chrysler.
Shit, my balls ain't that big.
All right.
Oh, you'd be surprised how many foreign cars are in this
Before-
parking lot.
Before
Not
lunchtime.
back then.
Yeah, not back then. Before lunchtime, one of the fork truck drivers went out there with a big fork truck, picked it up, carried it, and then flipped it on its top off the parking lot.
Nice.
It's like,
I said that too because I was talking to Dennis one time when he retired and then went over to Chrysler, and he's like Honda, Toyota, Tacoma. I was like, seriously, they're gonna do it? He goes, man, it's not like it used to be.
nope.
He goes, there's more foreign stuff in that parking lot than there is Dodge.
But the thing is like, a lot of car companies are owned by others. Kind of like,
The Volkswagen Group.
yeah, for a while there, you could use your Chrysler Green Slip discount on Mercedes Benzes.
Mm-hmm.
And
Then
before,
Daimler said, the hell with this, got out of it.
yeah, and like
Now it's Fiat.
Yeah, Fiat.
They're
owns
part of the
everything.
Fiat Group.
for a while,
Fiat Daimler.
Hey, does that mean you can use your Chrysler green card on a Ferrari?
No, but you
I
can buy
doubt
one
it.
of those like Fiat.
Well, the only thing that they actually own now, the racing program second, but the cars
yeah,
is part of the Fiat Group.
Yeah, Fiat owns a lot.
If you actually
of things
look at the Formula One car, I don't know if it's still that way, but it'll have a small Fiat sticker on it. They just do that. But the racing program's the only thing that's been that wasn't sold.
Well, those Abarths are Fiats. I mean, the same thing.
Abarth.
Abarth 500 Spiders or whatever.
That's like a
The,
tuning house for Fiat, I think, for those little cars.
Mm-hmm. They're fast.
It's like the turd that's on the side of a Toyota truck.
Got to take a break.
It's that time.
Time for us to go. Well,
Do 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 do.
well
Good night, sweetheart.
man,
It's time
we started
to
off with
go.
booze,
And in cars.
and we went to
Somewhere
sex, drugs,
Movies.
ended up in cars.
Candy. Oh, sorry.
I guess sex with boobs and booze and cars is
And somehow
okay.
Sheldmar got in there.
He's always weaseling away in something. But other than that,
What's his name?
Sheldmar.
but everybody, thanks for coming and hanging out with us and listen to the Man Cave and listen to our ramblings.
You guys got a
Or
topic you want us
ADD.
to expound on? Go ahead and write it. We'll give it a good 5 minutes.
If you want him to get on a script, let us know.
And we'll get on another. We'll come
That
back
ain't-
to it about 10
that
hours
ain't-
later.
That ain't happening.
That ain't happening.
We're not on a script either, but
We'd like to thank Alex Jones and Carl's Jr.
Carl Jr.
Don't forget Jesse Ventura. That make Jim happy.
Man, fuck Jesse Ventura.
I want to go see the Woo.
Can somebody walk me out to my truck when I leave? He might jump out of the bush and get me.
Woo.
Jesse Ventura?
Yeah.
Okay, good night, people.
Bye, guys.